The guest soloist for our national anthem this afternoon, Catherine Grimshaw, and a very fine job. Nestor Shylock going out to the mound to talk with Woody Fryman momentarily there as Woody got ready to tune up. The left-hander with the job of trying to keep a couple of dangerous runners and timely hitters off the bases in the upper part of the lineup for the Oakland A's. And I'm referring to, of course, the leadoff hitter, Matty Alou, and Del Maxwell, but then the number 3 man, Joe Rudy, referring to Alou and Rudy. And then having to watch the power of Jackson, Bando, and Epstein. So Fryman, he talked a little bit about the Oakland Ball Club yesterday. He was talking about the A's being so much like so many of the National League teams, with good speed, great defense, infield and outfield, good hitting, and good pitching. So Woody, the type of pitcher that likes to not just work one pattern to many of the hitters. He's the type of pitcher that likes to go in and jam. He likes to go back outside, come back in, and try to jam again. And he said he saw no reason why he would not continue to pitch the way that he always has in this particular ball game. Of course, we're talking about Fryman, but let's also face John Blue Moon Odom, who certainly has a lot riding on his throwing arm today for the Oakland Athletics. The Tigers bowing twice to the A's in Oakland and fighting back here at Tiger Stadium to even up the series at 2 games apiece. And it's winner take all of the American League in this 5th and final game. Matty Alou steps in, all set to work again. Woody Fryman, all set to describe the pitch. Ernie Harwell.
Thank you, Ray. There's a strike. We're underway. Got a fastball over on Matty Alou. Matty has 7 hits in the series. That's the most of any player. Left-hand batter, feet close together. Strike 1 the count on him. The left-hander Fryman delivers. It's a wide one on a curve, 1-1 on leadoff man Matty Alou. Maxwell and Rudy will follow. Cloudy skies, the lights are on, it's cool and windy at Tiger Stadium. Here's Fryman's kick and delivery, swinging a foul on the screen. Well, Fryman has often said that the first couple of innings are his toughest obstacles. He's got to get by those to smooth out his pitching performance. Looking in now to get his time from freehand. The big left-hander kicks and delivers. Here's a bounding ball to shortstop. McAuliffe has it. Throw to Cash. Got him by half a step. 1 away. A hard one-hopper to the right of McAuliffe. He went over, gloved it, and fired to Cash in time to get the fleet Matty Alou. Now Maxwell, former National Leaguer, stepping in now to face Woody Fryman. Maxwell subbing the injured and suspended shortstop Campanera. Batting .250, 1 hit in 4 trips. Right-hand batter against the left-hander Fryman. The pitch is a ball outside. He missed the far corner. Rodriguez laying in a little close at third base. At shortstop, McAuliffe in normal depth. Taylor at second. Cash at first base. He's in close. Now the 1-0 delivery. Cut and a tip foul to the mid of freehand. 1-1 the count. In the outfield for the Tigers, it's Sims in left, Northrup in center, Kaline in right. Freehand catching and Fryman on the mound. Here's a pitch. Swing, there's a fly ball to left field. Sims is going back to his right. He's there, makes the catch. 2 down. Two out, nobody on. Here's Joe Rudy. Right-hand batting outfielder, batting .313 in the playoff series, 5-16. Reggie Jackson comes out on the on-deck circle. Nobody had to tell these two teams this is a big game. They're ready. Each side. 2 out, nobody on. Rudy steps in, close stand, instead of the outfield straight up on him. Fryman kicks and delivers. It's a ball in too close. He jammed him about leather high. Ball 1. That breeze would hold up a ball hit in the air to left field. Especially if it were a high one. Now the 1-0 pitch to Rudy. Slow curve hangs outside. 2-0 the count on Joe. We're just underway at Tiger Stadium. No score, first inning. Fryman has retired Matty Alou and Dal Maxwell on a bounce to short on a fly to left. Now the batter Rudy with a 2-0 count on him. Here's a motion by Woody and the pitch on the way. Rudy swings and misses. Like a breaking ball toward the outside of the plate. 2-1 the count on Joe Rudy. Jerry Adair, first base coach. Irv Noren coaching at third for the A's. Here's a pitch by Fryman. Rudy swings and fouls it away upstairs. 2-2 to count on him. Nestor Shylock is the plate umpire this afternoon. Rice, Barnett, and Flaherty out on the bases down the foul line to Frampton left. Ben Kinger is the umpire in the right field area. Now Rudy back at the batter's box to wait on a 2-2 delivery with 2 out and nobody on. A scoreless first inning. Oakland batting against Woody Fryman. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. He takes the ball high. Fastball, 3-2 the count. We're getting the word from the press box now that the temperature reading is 50 degrees.
What was it? Oh.
Fryman off the back of the mound for a moment. Rudy steps out of the batter's box. Now he looks him over carefully. 2 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch. He swings and there's a roller hit foul down toward third base. Still a 3-2 count on Rudy. Well, folks, it's still coming in. We're going to have a full house here in this ballpark. Hey, we've not only got 2 Tigers, but we got 2 little Tigers trailing them now. Those 2 Tigers in the suits that are out in Oakland are here, and there are 2 little ones behind them right now. Full count pitch coming up to Rudy. Here it is. He takes the strike, took him out. Side retired. He's protesting Shylock, but the side is out on the call third strike. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of a half inning, Oakland, nothing. Detroit coming to bat. Tigers coming to bat now after Fryman set the Oakland team down 1-2-3. They'll be facing the right-hand pitching of Odom. Odom with a good sinker, a good fastball. He's got a large variety of pitches, and he's tuning up now, ready to face McCullough. I'd like to say happy birthday to John Bandy of WGPR, celebrating a birthday today, and also send greetings to Mrs. Minnie Davis of Detroit, a great Tiger fan for many, many years. Well, Mr. Odom had a bone chip operation a couple of winters ago, and says that he has become a new type pitcher since that time. He used to just fog the ball through, throw very hard. Now he says he's become a pitcher in the true sense of the word and not a thrower as he once was. A little more finesse, in other words. It'll be McAuliffe, Kaline, and Sims to start him off here in the Tiger first inning after Fryman set him down 1-2-3 in the Oakland first. So here's a hand for McAuliffe, who's had a good series. 3 hits for 16. He's had a home run and an RBI. And subbing for the injured Eddie Brinkman. We want to tell Ed how much we miss him and wish him the best in his operation. I believe that's tomorrow. And we're looking forward to seeing him again in spring training. Now, time called. Odom and Bando having a little confab out near the mound. Shylock comes out to look at Odom's glove, and now they're bringing the pitching coach, Wes Stock, out. Maybe a piece of tape there, Ray. It's something they've got to cut off. Anyway, Wes used the scissors and did the operation. That's an unusual situation. Wes Stock, he started coaching at the Milwaukee Club and finishes the season with the Oakland A's. Well, here's McCullough to lead off for the Tigers. Blue Moon on him, ready to go to work. The right-handed native of Macon, Georgia. Blue Moon ready into action now. And here's the pitch. McCullough takes the strike. Fastball, letter high, looking all the way at that one. He'll be followed by Kaline and then Sims. No score. We're in the last half of the first inning at Tiger Stadium. Bounding ball hit wide at first and close for a hit on the corner. A ground single right, fielded by Alou. He fluffs the throw back to Epstein and not calls at first with a lead-out single. The ball hit just hard enough to get through the infield between Green and Epstein and on into right. It'll bring the bat Al Kaline. And the Tigers with a man on and nobody down. Kaline with 5 for 15. He has more hits in this playoff series than any other Tiger. Odom shut out the Tigers the first game he pitched against them in the playoff series. Now he lobs one over to first base. Back in time is Mack. Kaline digging into the plate. Epstein holding on the base with McCullough. No score first inning. There's a fastball outside. Kaline making a move as if he might bunt the ball. Didn't offer on the pitch. Bando was ready to charge in from third. Odom checks his sign with Gene Tennis as catcher. The outfield is straight away on Kaline. Infield halfway up. Set by Blue Moon. The pitch is a ball outside. Again, he was ready to bunt. Didn't offer. 2-0. McCullough was saying before the game that he thought the Tigers, as batters, made mistakes against Odom the last time out. They swung at some pitches they should not have swung at. A little bit over-anxious. He said if we can make him pitch and bring the ball up, not let him keep it down on us all the time, we'll have a good shot at it. Now the set by Blue Moon. He fires one over to first, and Mack is back standing. What a great sight here to look out and see this jam-packed Tiger Stadium. Final game of the year in the American League. Here's the pitch. He swings it as a high foul. Back at third base. It'll be well out of play. Bando going over, but it's drifting into the seats. Upstairs. And a man in the front row from Midland, Michigan got that one. Two and one, the count on Kaline. He had the green light to go on that one, figuring that maybe a fat pitch would come in there, and he hit one out of here. Well, you can hear the crowd in the background here at Tiger Stadium, set by the right-hander Odom. McCullough edging off the bag at first. The pitch to Kaline, swung on. There's another foul. This one over on the third base side. Bando watching it, and it too drifts into the seats. Almost the same spot. 2-2, the count on Kaline. Well, what a job the schedule maker did this year. Brought the Tigers down to that last series of the Boston Red Sox in the regular campaign. And here we are in the final game of the championship playoff series. All tied, 2 victories apiece. And it all riding on one victory. 2-2, the count on Kaline. Odom ready to go to work. Throws a soft one over in the dirt to Epstein, but he gloves it. And McCullough back easily. That's twice that Odom has thrown sort of an eephus ball over there on the pickoff attempt. Now the set by Blue Moon. The right-hander delivers. Kaline swings and misses. He got him on a breaking ball. Toward the outside, a little bit up. So there's one on and one away, and the Duke coming about. You can hear his fans yelling at him, saying Duke, Duke, in the background as he steps up. Sims hitting .273 in the championship series. 3 hits, and all 3 have been extra bases. 2 doubles and a 3-bagger for the Duke. Frank Howard back on the coaching lines in the absence of Dick Trzaskowski. Frank coaching at first base. Schultz is coaching at third. There's a fastball outside. We regret to report that Dick's dad passed away. He went home. His father was in a coma, and the elder Trzaskowski passed away. Sims about it now with a ball 1 count on him. That first one was high and wide from Blue Moon Odom. Now the set by John Odom, and he fires a quick one over to Epstein. McCall it back in time. Sometimes the pitcher will throw a lob over there, and then figuring that the batter will time himself on that lob, gun the ball over and maybe catch him off. But Mack got back on time, and the count is still ball 1 on Sims. No score, first inning at Tiger Stadium. The Duke takes the ball outside, 2-0. So the last 2 batters, Odom's been behind on. McCullough touched him for a leadoff single after Fryman had set down the Oakland team 1-2-3 in their opening inning. Cool and breezy here at the ballpark today. We wait on a 2-0 pitch to Sims. He takes a wide one. That was a breaking ball. Didn't find the plate. 3-0 to count of the Duke. Shortstop Maxwell backing up a little bit now, going to his left, trying to cut out that gap up the middle. McCullough blowing on his hands and moves off the bag a little bit at first base. Here's the set. The pitch is on the way. He takes a walk. Ball 4. Well, the Tigers have 2 on and 1 away. And the batter will be Bill Freehan. Single by McCullough, a strikeout of Kaline, a walk to Sims. Tennis goes out to the mound. He yells something to his pitcher, and in steps Freehan. Bill's had a good series, 3 for 8, including a double and a home run. He has 2 RBIs. No Tiger has hit in more than 2 runs. Still wearing a bandage on his injured thumb. He says that there's no splint there, but the adhesive, it was a very hard adhesive. He says that I don't know whether it does much good or not, but it certainly doesn't hurt anything. He's right up on top of the plate, waiting on the right hand of Odom. 2 men on, 1 man out, no score. Freehan takes a breaking ball high. Ball 1. Tigers trying to get started early here. Last half of the first inning. Sims at first, McCullough at second base. Big breeze continues to blow in from left field. Now Odom checks his sign with Tennis, and the right-hander holds the set at the belt. Freehan waits. Here it comes. He takes the ball low. It gets by Tennis. The runners will move up. McCullough takes third. Sims goes to second. We'll check the scorer's decision on that one. It is scored as a pass ball. Charge a pass ball to catcher Tennis. Allowing McCullough to move to third and Sims to second. Now a conference on the mound. Let's pause briefly for station identification. Listen to Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
This is WJR Detroit.
Impressive savings on furniture are yours right now in every one of the 12 Art Van furniture stores during their autumn action sale, and immediate free delivery is included. Dick Williams out there to settle his pitcher down a little bit now. Freehan the batter, 2 balls and no strikes to count on Bill. Joe Schultz coming over to say a word of hint to him between third base and home. The next Tiger batter will be Norman Cash. conference still ensues out on the mound, and Mr. Shylock comes out to try to break it up. Williams is talking with Odom almost entirely, maybe a word or two to tennis. Now the conference has been concluded, and Dick walks back to the Oakland bench. Williams, you remember, was manager of the Boston Red Sox, and that team edged the Tigers in the pennant race of '67. Now the infield's going to pull in closer on Freehan with runners at second and third. They'll be up a little more on the right side than on the left. The 2-0 delivery to Bill. He swings and fouls it away into the Tiger dugout. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cardiff on at third. Sims on at second. The game's first threat. The Tigers in a scoreless deadlock in the first inning, trying to get somebody home early. Freehan digging in at the plate. 2-1 the count on him now. Odom gets his sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. He swings a tapper, hit to short. Maxwell has it. He'll go to first base for the out. Run scores. McCullough comes home. Sims stays at second, and the Tigers lead 1-0 over Oakland. It'll be an RBI for Freehan on the bounding ball to short. McCullough was able to cross the plate, and Sims stayed at second base. Now the Tigers take the early lead, 1-0 in the first inning. Here's Stormer Norman Cash stepping up now with 2 out and 1 on. Tissue paper thrown from the bleachers now. Time is called. They'll have to get the paper off the outfield. And Shylock coming out to talk with Odom for a moment. And the ground crew going out to do a little policing of the ground. Ray, in the early stages here, looks as if Odom is not as sharp in his control as he was the last time.
Almost trying to overwork this pitch, is overworking by not being free and easy, as we saw him out at Oakland at a couple of instances, even when he threw over to first base. It almost was like he was throwing a changeup over there, but working to the plate. On some of the hitters, he did not have that good, free, easy John Odom motion. And it was quite evident, I believe, on the fastball. He just was so tight, especially to Sims. He didn't even come close to the strike zone. On the first couple of pitches, he was way outside. He wasn't even getting close. And he was trying to work Duke to the outside part of the plate, but he was just very, very wide. I think that was one of the main purposes that Williams went out and talked for so long, trying to relax the pitcher out there and get he and Tennis to calm down just a little bit.
Well, Norman Cash will be the batter now. The ground crew has policed the area. Field has been clear. There goes the Frisbee out there, but they probably won't bother too much about that. Cash stepping in to face Blue Moon Odom. 1-0 Tigers lead first inning. 2 out, a man at second. There's a fastball high for a ball on Stormer Norman. Cash batting .273. Now the set by Odom. They look to second. He delivers. Cash takes the fastball low. 2-0 the count on him. Detroit got a run, a single by McCullough, a walk to Sims, a pass ball charged to Tennis, and a bounce out to short by Freehan. 1-0 Tigers. Strike call. Fastball poured over by Blue Moon Odom. 2-1 the count on Cash. Jim Northrup waiting at the on-deck circle. Now Sims trying to get a lead down off second base. The outfield is pulled around to right on Cash. Odom sets, delivers. Cash takes the ball outside. 3-1 the count on him now. Fingers beginning to loosen up in the Oakland bullpen, the right-hander. Been such a good reliever for Dick Williams all season. Now Odom to the set position. The 3-1 pitch to Cash. He swings at a fly ball to right, coming hard as Alou, and he makes the catch for the out. That one hung up enough for Matty Alou to get under it and put it away for the final out. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. 1 man left. At the end of 1, Detroit 1, Oakland nothing. Tigers lead him 1-0 going into the Oakland second inning. Reggie Jackson will lead off against the Tiger left-hander Woody Fryman. Then it'll be Sal Bando and Mike Epstein. It's the middle 3 in Oakland's batting order. Jackson batting .278. 5 hits and 18 trips. He has 2 RBIs. He and Alou have the most RBIs along with Rudy on the Oakland team. Each one 2 apiece. So here's the Arizona State product, Reggie Jackson, left-hand batter against Woody Fryman. And Reggie takes the ball low, ball 1. 1-0, Tigers lead Oakland second inning. Final game of the playoff series. 2 victories apiece for each club. Rodriguez very wide of the bag at third, almost over to the hole at shortstop. McCullough to his left towards second at short. Jackson takes a breaking ball wide at 2-0 to count on Reggie. Bando waiting at the on-deck circle. A large and enthusiastic crowd here at Tiger Stadium on a breezy afternoon in October. Tigers lead them 1-0. Here's the pitch. Jackson takes the ball high. 3-0 to count on Reggie Jackson. Wind up by Woody Fryman. He delivers, and it's a ball low. He walked him. There's the first runner for Oakland. Jackson opens the second with a base on ball. Sal Bando, who grew up around the Cleveland area, ready to step in. He's the captain of the Oakland team. 3 hits for 17 in this series. Cocky right-hand batter. The infield is in double play depth on him. The outfield straight up. Cash will hold on the bag with Reggie Jackson at first base. And the next man to bat will be Mike Epstein. Tigers lead the A's 1-0 in the second inning. Bando fouls it on the screen. The ball down on the handle of the bat and didn't get much wood on it. Strike 1 to count on Sal. The lights have been on ever since before game time. Looks as if the overcast is about to break up a little bit. Reggie Jackson edging off the bag a little bit. Cash still over there with him. Fryman taking more time. He gets his sign, sets on the mound, delivers. It's a ball outside on Bando, 1-1. Bando stands deep in the batter's box and spreads out. Here's the set now by Fryman. He delivers 1-1. Sal swings and misses. Jackson goes, throw to second, not in time. He has a stolen base. Tony Taylor covering. The throw not in time. It was a pretty good jump that Jackson got on the pitcher, Fryman. And Freehand's throw is a little bit to the shortstop side of second. So Jackson gets a steal. That's the 5th stolen base in the series for Oakland. The Tigers don't have any. Oakland's been caught stealing twice. It's the first steal for Reggie. So a walk and a stolen base, and Oakland has set up a scoring situation. Bando waits on a 1-2 pitch now from the Tiger left-hander Woody Fryman. And here it comes. He swings as a fly ball to right. K-line, the glove side is there. Makes the catch. Tagged by Jackson. He heads to third. Is the throw cut off by Taylor at second. And Reggie slides head first safely into third base. Oh, they've got a man at third now with one away. And the batter will be Epstein. Oh, this is what they used to call a Chicago White Sox situation.
Great
Base on ball, stolen base, and a fly ball. You got a man on third.
Great effort by Bando there, Ern. He could have tried to hit maybe to his power to left center, but he did not. He gave himself up going with that pitch on the outside and moving that runner from second to third with a good hit to right field.
So that puts a little pressure on the Tigers. Out on Mr. Woody Fryman now with Epstein up, the man at third base. The first scoring opportunity of the A's have seen so far in the ball game. Tigers lead them 1-0 in the second. Jackson coming down the line slightly at third base. The windup by Woody. The pitch to Epstein is a strike. The left-hand batter took a fastball across. Epstein batting .231. He cuts and fouls it away back at the plate. That time a fastball. He just nicked it into foul territory behind the plate. Epstein has 3 hits, one of them a home run. The home run yesterday. 1-0. The Tigers lead them. It's the second inning. Oakland threatening. They've got a man at third, Jackson, one man down, but Fryman has gotten 2 quick strikes on Mike Epstein. The left-hander batting first, Sacker. Tennis waits on deck for Oakland. Here's the windup by Woody. The pitch. Epstein takes the ball high. That was Woody's fastball. He barely missed the target. Epstein spreading out, digging in at the plate. Jackson coming down the line just slightly, keeping his eye on Fryman, who works out of a windup. Here's the pitch by Woody. Epstein is hit by the pitch. It got him on the hand, and he'll go to first base. An inside fastball, and it hit him on the hand. I'm not sure which one. Dick Williams is coming out to take a look. Tennis is over there. And also the Oakland trainer's there, Joe Romo. He's holding one hand with the other, so it's hard to tell which one is hit. I believe they're working on the right hand. Epstein is kneeling right here between the plate and the on-deck circle. And trainer Joe Romo working on him now. Williams overseeing the situation. Nestor Shylock's there, too. What was it, Ray? Close inside fastball, wasn't it?
Good fastball. It was in close, trying to move him back, and I imagine Woody thinking that maybe he'd come back with a breaking pitch, but was just in too close. Mike tried to get out of the way because he was staying in it as long as he could to make sure it wouldn't bend on him, bend away in the strike zone, but definitely, as he tried to get out of the way of it, his hand coming up and got nicked by the pitch.
Well, that'll put runners on first and third now, and Cash will hold on the bag with Epstein. He's talking to Adair right now, Epstein is, and stepping in is Tennis. Steamboat, they call him. Steamboat Tennis, the catcher, who finished the game yesterday in the infield. He's a one-time infielder. Tennis 0 for 14 in the series. Right-hand batter swings and taps a foul out of play over toward the Tiger dugout, a little bit past it. Strike one, the count on him. And after Tennis, it'll be Dick Green. So the A's have Jackson at third. They've got Epstein at first base. The Tigers lead them in the second inning 1-0. Tigers playing their infield in double play depth. Now the set by the big left-hander Fryman. He kicks and delivers. Tennis takes the ball outside. 1-1. Jackson on third, Epstein at first base. Woody Fryman to the set position, kicks and delivers. Here's a high foul off a third. Rodriguez coming over near the seats and may have room. He reaches in. Did he get it? Nope, I don't think he did. Couple of rows in too far, and Aurelio made a diving effort for it, but he couldn't come up with it. John Flaherty raced over third base to see whether he'd held the ball or not, and he had not. Oh, that one just out of play by a couple of feet. 1-2 the count on tennis. Fryman to the set position, delivers, and Tennis hits a foul ball on the ground down past third base. Hit that ball down on the handle of the bat. Looked like a breaking pitch in close on him. Tigers got a run in the opening inning. They scored on a single by McAuliffe. After Kaline struck out, Sims walked. Mack went to second. Then each moved up on a pass ball. And McAuliffe came home on a bounce out to short off the bat of Bill Freehand. But now the A's are threatening in their second inning. They've got runners at first and third and one away. Fryman ready, delivers. Tennis takes a strike. He struck it out. A breaking pitch, let her high, hit the outside corner. He's called out on strike. Second strikeout for Woody Fryman, and the batter will be Dick Green. Taylor coming in to talk to his old Philly teammate, Woody Fryman. Green, a stocky right-hand hitting infielder. He has one hit in 4 trips. Green generally is the starting second baseman in the order of things at Oakland. And he'll be batted for often early in the game. His only hit in the series is a double. Outfield is straight up on Green, and he steps out as Fryman was taking a little bit too much time to suit him. Tigers in the lead over the A's, 1-0, second inning. The A's still threaten. They've got 2 men on and 2 away. Green takes a strike by Woody. Fastball over. Now he steps away from the plate for a moment. The next batter will be the pitcher, Odom. Left-hander Fryman ready to go to work. Epstein goes. The pitch is taken. The throw into second to Taylor. Back to Freehand, and he slides. He's safe. The ball game's tied. Jackson is safe, and he is hurt. As the A's work the double steal, Jackson is hurt. He's on his back. Epstein is safe at second, and the run scored. As Freehand threw into Taylor, the second baseman cut in front of the bag, fired it back to Bill, but not in time, and Oakland has tied the game at 1-1. Jackson is now lying on his back in the right-hand batter's box. And Joe Romo, the trainer for Oakland, out again. He's already been a very busy man. He was out to treat Epstein, and now it's Jackson. And Ray, this time it seems to be the left leg or the left knee.
He's working up and behind the thigh area of the left leg. And Reggie laying flat on his back as trainer Romo continues to work on that left leg. Coming in very hard at the plate, Reggie, that time, and looked almost like he was undecided how he was going to slide in, whether he was going to go to the infield side of home plate or try to slide away from Freehand. Then finally committed himself and came in very hard, and whether he caught his spikes a little bit and jammed the leg back up into the hip area, I don't know. But Romo continues to work on him. Now Romo and Williams helping Jackson to his feet. He's right at the home plate area, but it's definitely on the left side that's causing Reggie some problems. And limping very badly as he moves away from the home plate area. The double steal works for the A's, and they tie the ball game at 1-1.
and they score that run without a hit. A walk, a steal at second, a fly ball to right, got a man to third, then Epstein was hit by a pitch, and after Tennis took a called third strike with a second out, they flashed the sign for the double steal, and it worked for them, and they score the run. Very gingerly, Jackson is walking off the field, and unless he shows a great deal of improvement, I don't think he'll be back in the lineup. Now he seems to be walking a little bit better, aided by the manager and the trainer. And Green, the batter, with a count of 1-1 on him, ready to step back in. So Epstein is at second, and we've got a tie game at 1-1 in the second inning here at Tiger Stadium. Jackson being helped into the dugout now by his teammates. And Freehan wants to go out and talk to Woody Fryman. So the running attack of the A's gets them a tie right here at this stage of the game. 1-1 in the second inning. They've got Epstein at second with the count on Dick Green. 1 ball and 1 strike. Woody Fryman checks his time with Bill Freehan. The outfield is straight up on Green. The infield playing back now with a man at second and 2 away. Green swings and misses on the breaking ball. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the set by Woody. The pitch is tapped back toward Fryman. He gloves it. Gives the toss to Cash in time, and the side retired. Green is out. Pitcher to first. 1 run. No hits. There were no errors. 1 man left. And at the end of an inning and a half, it's Oakland 1, Detroit 1. Hendrick goes into center field now, replacing Jackson, the original center fielder who injured himself scoring the tying run there in the first half of the second inning. This is George Hendrick, lanky right-hand hitting outfielder, and he's replacing Reggie Jackson in center field. Now the Tiger hero of yesterday, who drove in the run that won the ball game in that 10-inning thriller, Jim Northrup, will step up against Blue Moon Odom. 1-1 tie. Northrup hitting .250, has 3 hits and 12 trips, and 1 RBI, and the big one. We've got a 1-1 deadlock. Northrup waiting on Odom's delivery. Here it comes. He swings and fouls it away. It'll be back upstairs and out of play. Only 1 hit in the game, and there have been 2 runs, 1 on each glove, and that hit was a single. Here's the pitch. Northrup swings at a bounding foul ball. Hit down toward the Tiger dugout in the far corner. Strike 2. Well, it's been a great baseball season. Great baseball town, Detroit, is evidenced by this tremendous turnout here at Tiger Stadium. Now the strike 2 delivery. He takes the ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McAuliffe was saying that this season has been more tense because it's been so close for so long. Whereas in '68, the Tigers more or less had a romp that year. Now the 1-2 pitch. In close on Northrup, 2-2. He's won, the Tigers won. The Tigers are batting in the second inning. Northrup trying to get something started. Odom delivers, and Jim takes a high one. Ball 3, full count. Odom's thrown a lot of pitches so far in the inning and a fraction he's worked. Now he winds and delivers. Northrop hits a bounding ball to right for a hit. Allure feels it, fires it back into the infield, and Northrop leads off with a single. That's the second Tiger hit, and each has come from the leadoff man, and each has been a ground ball to right field. Oh, here's Tony the Tiger coming to bat. Tony Taylor stepping in against Blue Moon Odom. Well, we've gotten the word now. You probably heard it on our intercom that a hamstring muscle pull is the injury sustained by Reggie Jackson. Reggie pulled a hamstring muscle in the left leg. Tony Taylor batting 182, 2 for 11. Both of his hits have been doubles. We've got a 1-1 tie here at Tiger Stadium. The Tigers have Northrop at first base and nobody out in the second inning. And a lot more to come. Here's the set now by Blue Moon Odom. Throw over to first to Epstein, and Northrop back. There's a cut and a miss. Strike one on Tony Taylor. Aurelio Rodriguez waits at the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Outfield on Tony, a little bit to right. They've got the center fielder Hendrick over in right center. And the right fielder Alou fairly near the line. And a lot of acreage between the left fielder Rudy and the left field foul line. He starts the bunt, takes a pitch, it gets by Tennis, and Northrop takes second. He rounds second, Tennis picks the ball up off the screen, and Jim is safe at second base, holding there. That'll be a wild pitch charged to Odom. It looked as if Tony Taylor might start the bunt. The pitch came in very close on him, high and in tight. He ducked out of the way, and I don't think Tennis saw it. It was probably blocked in his vision, and it got through and went all the way to the screen. Gene Tennis goes out to talk with Odom, and Bando came over there for a moment. Ray, this one's starting out like a wild one.
Well, yes. Both clubs are playing a little bit that way. Pitchers, at least Odom, seems to be a little tight, and the fans, they're wild too.
Well, here's Tony stepping in again. 1-1 the count on him. Man on second, Northrop. 1-1 the game tied in the second. He swings a bounding ball to the right side. It's fouled. He was trying to move that man to third with a grounder to the right side, but he fouled it down past first base. So it's a 1-2 count on Tony Taylor. Vida Blue and Rolly Fingers in the bullpen. That seems to be the situation most every game we look down there. Those two working. They both saw action yesterday. Taylor the batter, 1-2 pitch coming up from Blue Moon. Here it is. He fires a fastball in close, 2-2. It's about the hardest he's thrown. Odom throws hard, but not as hard as he did before he had the bone chips removed. 2-2 the count on Tony. Second inning, 1-1 tie. Northrop at second base, nobody down. Now Odom ready to work again. Taylor waiting. He swings and misses. The bat goes halfway to first, throw to second, not in time. Northrop gets back with a headfirst slide to beat the throw to the shortstop, Maxwell. That was very close at second. Taylor strikes out, and Northrop got back just in time to beat the throw from Tennis. Rodriguez will be the batter now. That's the second strikeout for Odom. Bando comes over to talk to Blue Moon for a moment. Aurelio Rodriguez coming to bat. The man at second base. Game tied 1-1. One out of the Tigers' second. Rodriguez is 0 for 13 in the playoff series. And he'll be followed by the Tiger pitcher, Woody Fryman. Odom to the set position, delivers. It's a ball low, blocked well by Tennis out in front of him. Tigers got one in the first. Oakland came back with one in the second. It's a 1-1 deadlock now in the second inning. Wind blowing in. The outfield does not seem to be as deep against Rodriguez as they normally would be, maybe because the wind is coming in from left and left center. Now the set by Blue Moon, and the pitch to Aurelio, swung on, hit in the air to right field, down toward the line. Alou going over. He's here now, makes the catch. Here's a tag by Northrup. He heads to third, and he'll make it easily. Man on third, Woody Fryman coming up with 2 out. That's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
WJR, Detroit.
Be your own furniture comparison shopper. Compare Art Van's prices, name brands, and immediate free delivery anywhere. You'll discover a simple truth. There's no comparison. Along with Ray Lane, this is Ernie Harwell at Tiger Stadium, the 5th and final game of the playoff series. 2 victories apiece. The way it stands in the series, and this game is tied 1-1 in the second inning. 2 out, a man at third base. Woody Fryman, the batter, against Blue Moon Odom. Batting right-handed, he takes a fastball low. Ball 1 on Woody. Woody's batted only 1 time in the playoffs and did not have a hit. But he can stroke that ball once in a while. McCullough waits on deck. Tigers have 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. The A's have 1 run, no hits. The windup and the pitch, he cuts and misses. That looked like a pass one toward the outside corner. 1-1 the count on him. Swing, there's a little pop fly back at the second base position. Alou coming in, calling for it, is there. Makes the catch, and the side retired. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left. And at the end of 2, Oakland 1, Detroit 1. Oakland moving into bat down the third. The Tigers and the A's are deadlocked. 1-1 third inning. Blue Moon Odom will lead off. Odom batted twice in the game he pitched and won, and did not get a hit. Right-hand batter, he wears number 13. Outfield playing him straight up and not very deep. Woody Fryman looks in to get his sign from freehand. Odom will be followed by Matty Alou and then Dal Maxwell. The pitch, and John backs away from an inside fastball, ball 1. Tiger run came in the first. The Oakland run came in the second. And that's the story so far. We're in the third now. Swing and a miss on a high, hard one. 1-1 the count on Blue Moon. The windup by Woody Fryman. The pitch is bunted, and off the mound comes Fryman to field it. Gloves it, throw to first. He got him by a couple of steps. Odom gets down the line in a hurry. And he's tossed out by his counterpart on the mound, Fryman. Dick Williams was saying the other day in one of the press conferences that Odom was one of the best base runners on the team. He often uses him as a pinch runner. Here's Matty Alou, who bounced to shortstop McAuliffe to start the ball game. Well, the top of the batting order coming up for the second time round. 1-1 tie, third inning, Tiger Stadium. Left-hand batting Alou, swings and misses. Swung himself out of the batter's box. '14th year in the big leagues for Matty Alou. Batting over 300 in his lifetime. There's a strike called. He took a fastball over. Very adjustable hitter. He moves on around a lot in the batter's box. Now Fryman kicks and deals, sidearms him, and it's very wide. 1-2. That's a pitch you won't often see Fryman use, a sidearm. Once in a while against a left-hand batter. Tigers won, the A's won. Third inning, 1 out, nobody on for Oakland. Alou is almost hit in the foot. Let's see, was he hit? Yep, I believe he was. Got him on the foot, and here comes the busiest man in the ballpark again, Joe Romo, the Oakland trainer. That ball must have just nipped him on the top of the foot, because it went on by, didn't stop, and he's on first base hit by the pitch. Man on first, 1 man down. And the batter now will be Dal Maxwell. Infield will be in double play depth with man on first and 1 away. That's the second man that Fryman has hit. He's walked 1. The man he walked scored the only run. He's not allowed to hit. So here's the right-hand batting Maxwell, formerly with the St. Louis Cardinals. Fryman deals over to first, and back in plenty of time is Matty Alou. Now he's bouncing off a little bit better. Now, a balk's been called by Johnny Rice. He's claiming that Fryman balked, and Alou will go to second base. So we'll get a little bit of another baseball situation here. Just about everything's happening so far. It's a balk called against Fryman. Went to his stretch and then came back down, I believe. Anyway, it's a balk. Here's Maxwell waiting. Man on second, 1 away. He swings. There's a little pop fly back into short right. Kaline digging hard, coming hard. He makes the catch. Flip over to McAuliffe at second, and Alou holds there on the bag after a good running catch in short right by Al Kaline. Ball was not hit very high at all. I don't think Tony Taylor, who had gone back, had a chance at it. So they are 2 out, a man at second, and the batter will be Joe Rudy. Rudy took a called third strike the first time he faced Woody Fryman. Right-hand batter waiting on Woody's first pitch to him. Man on second, 2 down. The pitch is swung on a fly ball lifted to right. Kaline is backing up. He's there waiting. Makes a catch. Side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We go to the last half. The third, Oakland 1, Detroit 1. Tigers batting in the third. It's a 1-1 tie. Dick McAuliffe will lead off. Then it'll be Kaline and Sims scheduled to follow. McAuliffe is the man who scored the Tiger run. He singled to start the first inning. Went to second when Sims walked. Moved to third on a pass ball. And came in to score when Freehan hit a ground ball to shortstop. So here's McAuliffe batting now with a single in his only trip. Odom, the right-hander, ready to go to work. And the pitch is swung on and popped in the air over near third base. Bando calling for it at the end of grass. Makes the catch. McAuliffe's out. Mac pops to third baseman Bando on the first pitch, and the batter will be Al Kaline. Al struck out his only time at bat. Tigers won and the A's won. We're in the third inning in the final game of the playoff series. Blue Moon Odom, the right-hander, winds and pitches. Fastball over for a strike called on the veteran Al Kaline. Duke Sims waiting at the on-deck circle. Breeze continues to blow in from left field from the north. Odom into action, kicks and deals. Here's the ball outside. 1-1 the count on Kaline. Tigers had a hit from their leadoff man in each of the first two innings, McAuliffe and Northrup. They didn't get one here in the third from Mac. The 1-1 pitch to Kaline. Swings as a looping drive to left, may go foul down the line. Rudy coming over and dives and makes a catch in foul territory. A great diving catch by the left fielder, Rudy. He crossed the line, dived for the ball near the Tiger bullpen, skidded, and caught it in the webbing of his glove. Well, there's the top play of the game so far. A great diving catch by the left fielder, Rudy. Two down, and the Duke of Sims steps in now. He walked his only turn at bat. Outfield deep to right on Duke. We've got a 1-1 game. Nobody on, 2 out for the Tigers. Here's a long belt to right. May go foul, may be fair. We'll watch it. It's a foul ball. He had the distance, but not the direction. The ball in the upper deck in right field. Section 34, foul by about 3 feet. Strike one, a long strike on the Duke. Well, Tennis went out to talk to Odom after that one. Now we're ready to resume the action here at Tiger Stadium in this 1-1 tie in the third inning. 2 out and nobody on. Sims waiting. Here it comes. He swings and misses. Got the fastball by him that time. Strike 2. Now the Duke steps out for a moment, takes a practice cut, resets himself in the batter's box. Bases empty, 2 out for the Tigers, third inning. Odom kicks in the Libbers. Here's the ball in close. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sims. Freehand waiting on deck. Now Odom checks his sign. Into action he goes again. The pitch is cut on and fouled away to the third base side upstairs. Still a 1-2 count on Sims. Odom ready to go to work again. The right-hander does a double pump on the mound. Sims waiting. Here it comes. Another foul. Lifted out of play. This one back of the plate and upstairs. Still a 1-2 count on the Duke. Tigers got a run in the first on a single by McAuliffe. Walked to Sims. A pass ball and the bounce out by Freehand. And then the A's came back with a run in the second on a walk to Jackson. He stole second and went to third on a fly ball. Then when Epstein was hit by a pitch, after that they pulled the double steal and Jackson scored. Now we're waiting on a 1-2 pitch to Duke Sims and Blue Moon Odom here in the third inning. There's a cut and a miss. He struck him out on the curve. It broke out of the hands and in. It's the third strikeout for Odom. 1 per inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. That at the end of 3, Detroit 1, Oakland 1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Detroit. 1 run, no hits, no errors for the A's. We've gone through 3 innings. We're getting ready the 4th now. Woody Fryman up on the mound, ready to face the Oakland A's. And here at the microphone to bring us the action, Ray Lane.
Okay, Ernie, thank you very much. Once again, hello, everybody. And in this 1-1 tie, so far for the A's, they have left a couple of runners on base, one in the second. And again, in the 3rd inning, they left one. For the Tigers, likewise, they stranded 2 men on base, one in the 1st inning and one in the 2nd. Here's George Hendrick, who took over for the injured Reggie Jackson. Henry came along in the bottom of the 3rd inning to take over for Jackson out in center field. His first time up this afternoon, right-handed batter. First pitch to him is in the dirt, ball 1. Henrik has appeared in every one of the ball games, has not as a starter, however. Has been to the plate 4 official trips and picked up 1 hit. 1 for 4 for Henrik, who's now stationed out in center field. Leading off now for the A's in the top of the 4th inning. The next pitch from Fryman is low, a fastball, just missing 2-0. After Henrik, it'll be Bando and Epstein. The next pitch to Henrik, a bouncer hit to the right of McAuliffe is short. Long throw to first base. Not in time. Johnny Rice waving that Cash had his foot off the bag. Freehand and Cash kicking up a storm to Rice. And Billy Martin trotting out to continue that argument. Rice maintaining that Cash did not have his foot on the bag. Norm stretching out to take the throw from McAuliffe, who made the throw from the hole, the deep short. And Norm stretching took his foot off the bag. So the heated discussion continues with Johnny Rice. Martin's had his say, and that'll be all as Martin heads back to the dugout. Freehand continues the discussion with Shylock on the way back to home plate. So it'll be an error charged to Dick McAuliffe, forcing Cash off the bag at first. An error on the throw. And that's the first error of the ball game. And to bring up Sal Bando, is 0 for 1, flied out to right field in the 2nd inning. And when he flied to right, that enabled Reggie Jackson to tag up at 2nd and move to 3rd. Bando with 3 hits at 18 trips. Throw over to first base, and Henrik back safely. George Hendrick, long strides when he takes off the run, and he's a pretty good base runner. Good speed. Set the pitch. Bando bunts out in front of the plate. Freehand up with it. He'll go to first for the throw and give Bando credit for a sacrifice bunt. The put-out going catcher to the first baseman with Hendrick moving to second on the sacrifice. Dick Williams at this point with the bunt by Bando playing for 1 run here in this inning as he brings Epstein down to the plate. And Mike was clipped by a pitch, I think, on the knuckles of the right hand. You know, hit him on the right hand the first time up in the 2nd inning. And that set up the double steal in the 2nd inning that produced the A's lone run. The pitch to Epstein, sidearm curve, strike called, outside corner at the knee. That's the pitch Ernie was talking about that Fryman does not use too often. And when he goes to the sidearm, it'll be against the left-handed batter 99% of the time. Big left-handed batter Mike Epstein waits on the next pitch. Here it is. Outside with a breaking pitch, 1-1. Epstein, as you remember, in the 7th inning yesterday, had a line shot into the seats in right field to tie up the ball game at 1-all in game number 4. His first extra base hit of the series. Now the set by Fryman. Checks the runner at second. The 1-1 pitch. Bounce foul back to the screen. Got a quick breaking pitch around the knees that time to Epstein. Mike just did get a piece of it. 1-2. Tigers 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. The A's 1 run, no hits, no errors. We're at the top of the 4th. 1 down. Runner at second base, George Hendrick. Breeze continuing to blow in from left and left center field. A cool one, we might add. Set by Fryman. 1-2 pitch. There's the sidearm curve. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So Epstein fans, and that pitch probably out of the strike zone. It looked as if it might be wide. Fryman now with 3 strikeouts. And it brings up Gene Tennis. The A's catcher called out on strikes in the second inning. Tennis has started every game of the series behind the plate as the starting catcher. And at least 2 of the ball games has wound up as a second baseman. Right-handed batter. The set, the pitch to Tennis. Swinging and missing on a pitch that was low. Breaking pitch. 1 strike. This will be the biggest crowd of the 3 games here at Tiger Stadium. Now the next pitch. Outside fastball at the knees. 1-0-1. Fryman working quickly. Sets, deals. Bounced off the foot of Tennis on the third base side. It'll be a foul ball. Fryman came in and got it a 1 hop. But it was hit off the shoe of Tennis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Dick Green. Tennis chokes up in that bat about 2 inches. Leans out over the plate. Fryman sets and deals. Line shot to left field. Base hit. Sims charges. Has it on 1 hop. Henry coming to the plate. Here's the throw. Will it be in time? Not in time. As Henry slides in safely under freehand. Bill did not have control of the ball. Bobbled it, but Henry's slide got him in just ahead of the throw. It'll be a single for Tennis, with Henrik scoring from second, and then on the throw to the plate, Tennis going to second base. So the A's take the lead, 2-1, and that was the first hit off of Fryman this afternoon. We'll also add that was the first hit for Tennis in this series. That'll bring up Dick Green. With Tennis out at second base, still gone. The A's now going in front for the first time this afternoon, taking a 2-1 lead. On the line drive single off the bat of Tennis to left field that got Henrik in from second. Here's the pitch to Green. Pops it up, foul. First base side and out of play. Green, his first time up, bounced out to the pitcher. The next pitch to Green. 1 hopper down to Rodriguez, moving to his left, has it, throws to first in time. Green out third to first. However, the A's come up with a run on 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left on. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's Oakland 2, Detroit 1. Billy Martin back out there to have a little confab with first base umpire Johnny Rice and Nestor Shylock, the plate umpire, also out there to tune in on what Martin was discussing. Now heading back to the dugout, and Tom Haller now coming out to coach at first base, and Frank Howard not on the coaching lines here at first for the first time this afternoon. Maybe that discussion with the umpires is something to involve Howard. I don't know whether he got tossed out of the game or whether there was some kind of ruling. I don't know, but we haven't got the word. If we do, we'll pass it along to you. Frank Howard was ejected from the ball game. First base coach. Here's Freehand to start off the Tiger fourth inning. That takes an Odom pitch low. Ball one. Bill 0 for 1, grounded out to short in the first inning. Blue Moon Odom into the motion. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bounce foul just past the Tiger dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the usually mild-mannered Frank Howard must have said something to Mr. Rice. It wasn't too mild. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Bill Freehand. The pitch in the dirt off the mid of tennis, rolls over by the on-deck circle by where Norm Cash is being. 2-1. Thought first when Martin went out there to talk with Rice and Shylock, it might have been on the throwing error and the call by Rice at first base when Cash couldn't keep his foot on the bag when Henrik led off the inning and the error was charged in McCullough. So I guess it was in defense of Howard. Now the 2-1 pitch to Freehand. Low one, 3-1. Odom that time with a fastball, but it was out of the strike zone, just below the knees. Freehand stepping out. He took a quick look down to his third base coach, Joe Schultz. Now the 3-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat, a slow roller hit toward the second baseman. Green charges up and it throws the first in time. Gets Freehand by a couple of steps. As Bill is out, second to first. Right now, let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Baseball Network.
WJR, Detroit.
Impressive savings on furniture are yours right now in every one of the 12 Art Van furniture stores during the autumn action sale. And immediate free delivery is included. Well, here's Storeman Norman Cash. He's 0 for 1. Lined out to Alou in right field to close out the Tiger first inning. Hit a good shot, but right to the right fielder. The pitch low and away. Ball 1. Norm has picked up 3 hits in 12 official trips in the 5 games thus far. Waits on the next pitch from Odom. Fastball bounced toward the second baseman Green. 2 hops. He gloves it, throws to first in plenty of time. And Norm is out. Second to first. It's a 2-1 ball game with Oakland leading. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And while we have the opportunity, we'd like to send out our very best Tiger get-well greetings to Wally Zirkus. This hospital buys from Providence Hospital out in Southfield. Mr. Zirkus, a retired Detroit police officer. We hope that he's out enjoying 100% real soon. All right, here's Jim Northrup, who singled leading off in the second inning and got as far as third base but couldn't score. Takes one in the dirt, ball 1. Jim singled, and with 1 gone, with nobody out, rather, he whipped the second on a wild pitch in the second inning, and with 1 out, then moved to third when Rodriguez flied to right, but couldn't come home. Pitch is outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes to count the Northern. Time called. Tennis started to throw the ball back to Odom, but decided to trot back out and have a couple of words with his pitcher. So that conference taking place out in front of the mound. Nestor Shylock moves out in front of the plate and said, "Come on, boys, let's speed things up." I tell you, both managers have not taken a seat this afternoon. Martin has been perched over in the second step of the Tiger dugout, and likewise for Dick Williams, the manager of the A's. Pitch is low, 3-0, the count to Northrop. Now Odom into the motion. Here's the 3-0 serving. It's ball 4, low and outside. So Odom serves up his second walk of the afternoon. The other walk was Sims in the first inning. That'll bring up Tony Taylor. Tony struck out in the second inning. Odom using fastballs on Taylor that first time up. And we'll see if he works the same way to Tony. Epstein going to bag at first to hold Northrop at the bag. Mike, one of the few first basemen that usually have almost both legs or both feet in foul territory as he guards first base, just has that right toe over the line. The set, the pitch to Taylor. Breaking pitch, a hard slider that was outside at the knees, ball 1. The A's figuring that Taylor will not get around to the fastball on Odom, and they have Henrik, the center fielder, in right center field. Rudy in left center field. The pitch is outside at the knees. 2-0. Time called. Dick Williams comes out of the A's dugout, and he wants some words with Blue Moon Odom. Meanwhile, some stirring in the A's bullpen, and once again will be Vida Blue, the left-hander, Roland Fingers, the right-hander, tuning up. They were throwing in the first inning when Odom was having some control problems. Well, Williams, I believe, just trying to slow Odom down and tell him to pitch his own type of ball game. A little confidence builder out there. Mr. Shylock wants to break up the meeting, and does. Oakland 2, Detroit 1. The Tigers with the tying run at first base here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 out. A 2-0 count to Tony Taylor. On deck, Aurelio Rodriguez. The set by Odom. The pitch. Bouncer down to Bando at the bag. He has it on one hop. Low throw to first, but Epstein digs it out of the dirt on one hop, and Taylor is out third to first. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, no errors, 1 man left on. After 4 innings, it's still the Athletics 2, the Tigers 1. Ray Lane and Ernie Harwell from Tiger Stadium for the 5th and final game of the American League Championship Series. Winner takes all down to Cincinnati after this one. Right now, the A's lead by a score of 2-1. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be John Blue Moon Odom to start it off. Odom 0 for 1. Tried to bunt his way on the first time and was out pitcher to first. Fryman into the motion. The pitch bounced down the third base line. It's a fair ball down the left field line. Sims coming up with it. Odom going to try for 2. Almost slipped and fell. Here's the throw to second. Not in time. The throw off the bag toward the mound side of second base. Now Sims had a shot at him. Odom stumbled going around first base, regained his footing, and got into second standing up with a 2-base hit. That's the A's second hit, and the 4th of this ball game, the first extra base hit. Jerry Adair, the first base coach, providing the warm-up jacket for Odom out at second. And Alou not stepping in right now as Odom gets that jacket buttoned up. Here's Matty Alou, leadoff hitter, right fielder. Time called by Williams. Williams came out in front of the dugout, and he wanted to make sure his third base coach, Irv Noren, had a sign. They had a sign on, and Noren, I do not believe, had picked it up from the A's manager. So time was called, and then Williams went through a set of signs. So something's on. Now Lou in the batter's box. Rodriguez in shallow at third base, looking for a possible bunt. Instead, Lou swings away, fouls it back to the screen. One strike. Now Noren looks into that dugout and picks up another sign from Williams. Noren in turn then will relay that from the manager to the batter. Matty Alou waits on the next pitch from Fryman. Here it is, bunt, third base side. Rodriguez charges, has it, goes to first in time, but the sacrifice bunt is good by Alou. And the play going, third baseman to the first baseman, with Odom moving from second to third base on the sacrifice bunt. So one out. Runner at third base. Conference at the mound, Freehan and Fryman. Meanwhile, Conference to the left of home plate, with third base coach Noren and the batter Dal Maxwell. See how the Tigers will set up their infield now with one out and a runner at third. The Tigers might smell bunt from Maxwell. Activity in the Tiger bullpen now. Right-hander Chuck Selbach begins to loosen up. Tigers bring in the infield almost all the way around. Cash way up in the grass at first. Taylor a step off the grass at second. Here's Maxwell. Takes the first pitch outside, ball one. McAuliffe 2 steps off the grass at short. And Rodriguez at third, wide of the bag and even with the third base. Outfield straight away on the shortstop, Del Maxwell. Right-handed batter. Chokes up on the bat. Odom trying to get a lead at third. A set by Fryman. Checks the runner, the pitch. A pitch out, nothing happening. 2 balls, no strikes. Tigers suspicious that time the squeeze might be on. Maxwell steps out, looks down to his third base coach. Tigers keep the infield drawn in. Fryman taking a little extra time, picking up the signs from Freehan. Shakes off Bill, now agrees on one. Sets. 2-0 pitch. It's low. Ball 3. The Athletics lead by a score of 2-1. We're at the top of the 5th with one out. And a runner at third base and the pitcher, Blue Moon Odom. 3-0. The count to Maxwell. On deck, Joe Rudy. Fryman stretches, pitches. Strike called, fastball. Taking all the way. Maxwell again steps out, looks down to Noren. On and fouled off. Upstairs, first base side and out of play. 3-2. Fryman rubs up the new baseball, goes to the rosin bag. Odom led off the inning with a double, and then moved to third on the sacrifice bunt by Alou. And Maxwell now has run the count to 3-2 to Fryman. Stretch. The pitch. Fastball popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Cash with a shot at it. Under it, makes the catch. Makes the catch. Odom fakes like he was coming down the line, and Cash runs the ball in toward home plate, and Odom returns to third. 2 gone. Odom tagged up and then gave a big fake as if he was going to break for the plate, and that forced Cash, instead of drawing a throw, Norm ran it in very wisely. So Maxville fouls out to the first baseman. There are 2 out, runner still at third. And Martin wants to talk with Fryman. So Billy out there at the mound with Fryman, Freehand, and Tony Taylor listening in. The batter will be Joe Rudy. Once again, Shylock making that little trip from behind home plate out to the mound to speed things up. And the conference has been completed. For the winner in this afternoon's ball game, it's on to Cincinnati. And the plans have been made, both clubs being optimistic. They would be leaving this evening. The winner, that is, for the National League City. Here's Joe Rudy stepping in. 2 gone. Odom at third base. Fryman will work from a stretch position. Deals. Strike call. Fastball on the outside corner. That one just about belt high toward the outside part of the plate. Outfield almost straight away, with the exception of Sims, shading a little bit toward the line in left field. Infield at normal depth. The pitch to Rudy. Check swing foul. That one bouncing into the seats just to the right of the screen. A tight fastball that time that Rudy tried to duck out of the way. He could not get the bat out of the way, and he fouled it off. 2 strikes. Odom was not sure whether he had made contact with the ball and came all the way down to home plate, not taking any chances. But returns now to third base. So Fryman quickly out in front of Rudy. Joe this afternoon has been called out on strikes and fly to right field. Stretch. Pitch. Outside at the knees. He just missed with a fastball. 1-2. Back in there, right-handed batter, extreme close stance, out of a crouch, chokes up on the bat. 1-2 pitch to him. Fly ball, right center field. Northrup to his left. He's calling for it. Now Kaline's calling for it. And Northrup finally makes the catch in front of Kaline. I believe he stepped on Al's foot. Almost a little mix-up out there, but finally Northrup made the play as Rudy flied out to the center fielder. So for the A's in the 5th inning, no runs. 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base after 4.5 innings. It's still Oakland 2, Detroit 1. We're talking to Gates Brown before the ball game today, and Gates was saying that he ran into Blue Moon Odom on Monday night when the A's were in town for, I guess both fellas ended up at the same restaurant. So Odom said, well, he says, we'll finish you off on Tuesday, and he says, I'll really be drinking that champagne Tuesday night. It didn't happen, and they happened to bump into each other again on Wednesday, and Brown says, well, you didn't get a chance. Well, he said, you fellas prolonged it. Well, definitely we'll be drinking the champagne Wednesday night. And so I understand today, Gates got a hold of Odom, and he said, you didn't drink it last night. He says, now what you're going to have to do is take it back to Oakland and drink it by yourselves, or else save it for next year, or send it to our clubhouse this afternoon. So we'll find out if they do send it over there. But Odom was very sure that they've been drinking champagne Tuesday and Wednesday night, and it hasn't come off yet. 2-1 ball game. Oakland leading. Tigers batting in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Rodriguez to start it off, the number 8 hitter in the Tiger batting order. Takes a high one, ball 1. Really, 0 for 1. He flied out to right field his first time up. Now Blue Oldham into the motion. Here's the pitch, blowing away for a ball. 2-0. Bando calls time, trots in from third base. 2 balls, no strikes. You talk about emotion of a pitcher, then you talk about rhythm. You find that groove and the rhythm, and when you try to throw that ball too hard or overwork, sometimes you lose that rhythm and you lose that strike zone. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a strike call. Odom throwing hard again that time. 2-1. Rodriguez still looking for his first hit in this series. He's not been able to get on with a base hit. 0 for 14. The 2-1 pitch. Bouncer foul just past the Tiger dugout. 2-2. There've been a total of 4 hits in this ball game, 2 for each side. Tigers opened the scoring in the first inning on a single to McCullough. Pass ball. Sims walked, and Freehan bounced out to short. McCullough scored from third base. That fast ball coming with runners at first and second. Two balls, 2 strikes. The count to Rodriguez. One hopper hit the Maxwell at short. Throw to first base in time to get Aurelio. He's out short to first. That'll bring up Woody Fryman. The Tigers had that 1-0 lead. It didn't hold up very long because in the second inning, Reggie Jackson walked, stole second, went to third when Bando flied to right field, and then when Epstein was hit by a pitch that set the stage for a double steal, Epstein breaking to second base from first, and with a throw going through from Freehan, Jackson slid in at home plate to tie up the ball game. Pulled a hamstring muscle when he slid in and was out of the ball game from that point on. Bunt off the bat of Fryman. Odom up to the ball. He'll have to hurry, and does. Gets Fryman by a step. It was close. Woody Fryman trying to bunt his way on. Laid down a good bunt, but his speed did not get him to first base in time as Odom hurriedly got the ball, fired just in time to Epstein to get Woody by a step. Play, pitcher to the first baseman. With the ball game tied at 1-1 in the 4th inning for the A's, George Henrik was saved at first in a throwing error by McCullough. Went to second on Bando's sacrifice bunt, and with 2 out, came home on the line drive single to left off the bat of Gene Tennis to give the A's their go-ahead run. Here's McCullough, takes a high one, ball 1. Mack has singled and scored the Tigers' lone run. That came in the first inning. Second time up, he popped out to Bando at third. Now the 1-0 pitch. Strike call, fastball just above the knees. 1-1. Odom into the motion. Here's the pitch. High and outside for a ball. 2-1. For the third time this afternoon, the A's bullpen getting busy, and both pitchers the same as before. Bada Blue, the left-hander, rolling fingers, the right-hander. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to McCullough with 2 gone. Here in the Tiger 5th, nobody on base. Here's the 2-1 serving. Bouncer down the first base line. Odom off the bag, has it. Throws to first, and it's a foul ball, ruled by Nestor Shylock. Shylock claiming that the ball was in foul territory when Odom got the high hopper halfway between the plate and first base. Tennis said, no, I don't agree with you, but Shylock had made the call, and the play will be taken over. It's a 2-2 count to McCullough. Odom quickly got off the mound and took the high hopper crossing the line. Shylock ruling it was a foul ball. 2-2. Odom then threw to first, but the ball had been called foul. So McAuliffe back in there now, waits on the next pitch from Odom. The right-hander pumps, deals, curveball, bounced down to Epstein, foul at first. Foul by a couple of feet. Past the glove of Epstein down in the A's bullpen. Still 2-2, the count to McAuliffe. Dick platooned the regular season at second base with Tony Taylor. A couple of games, late stages for Eddie Brinkman at shortstop, and then with the injury to Eddie, taking over the duties at short for the Detroit Tigers in this series. Now the 2-2 pitch to him. Bouncer down to first base. Epstein has it in fair territory. Steps on the bag, and McAuliffe is out to the first baseman unassisted. Tigers down 1-2-3 in the fifth. After 5 innings, it's still Oakland 2, Detroit 1. 5 innings here at Tiger Stadium. The A's 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Tigers 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. And through 5 innings, Oakland has left a total of 4 on base, 1 in the second, third, fourth, and fifth innings. The Tigers have left 3 on base, stranding 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the fourth inning. Last hit for the Tigers, Northrop single in the second inning. They've had 1 base runner since that time, and that was a walk to Northrop in the fourth. The A's breaking a 1-1 tie in the fourth inning when Henrik led off and was safe on the error by McAuliffe throwing to first base, and will be Henrik to start off the A's 6th inning here. He was not a starter in the ball game, took over the duties for Reggie Jackson in center field after Reggie pulled a hamstring muscle, injured himself sliding in to home plate in the second inning. George Henrik, second time up this afternoon. The pitch to him, the slow curve, lifted into the air down the right field line, curving foul and out of play into the upper deck. 1 strike. On deck, Sal Bando. Woody Fireman has gone all the way for the Tigers. Blue Moon Odom has gone all the way for the A's. However, Vida Blue, the left-hander, continues to throw now in the Oakland bullpen. The pitch to Henrik inside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch inside at the belt. 2-1. Now the 2-1 delivery. Fly ball, right field. K-line to his left. Waiting for it. Under it. Makes the catch. So Henrik flies to right field. I can remember Eddie Casco, Ernie, talking about, when we came around to that Boston series, about breaks. Probably the breaks in ball games, in close games. And yesterday, a little bit ironic, in that National League decider, a wild pitch deciding it for Cincinnati.
That's right, and we've had an error here set up the lead run for the Oakland team. They're leading 2-1 over the Tigers.
Here's Bando. Pitch inside, ball 1. You think of Cincinnati and Pittsburgh with the big hitters over there, and hear that game decided on a wild pitch.
That's right. That's a little irony for you.
Bando waits on the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball past the glove of Rodriguez in the left field, a base hit. Aurelio still a couple of steps away from getting that ball. And Bando on with his first hit this afternoon. The A's did not get their first hit until the fourth inning. And it was a hit by Tennis, the first one, that brought in the tiebreaker, scoring the A's second run of the ball game. Odom had a double last inning, and now Bando here in the 6th with 1 out with a single. Here's the first baseman, Mike Epstein. Hit by a pitch and struck out. Overhand fastball is lifted in the air, shallow right center. Kaline coming in. He's there, makes the catch. Kaline got a good jump on that ball. He was playing Epstein to pull toward the right field line. And came in with pretty good speed to make the play. 2 out. Runner still at first base. Sal Bando and the batter, Gene Tennis. Tennis called on strikes and an RBI single. Fryman sets and deals to first base. Bando scampers back safely. Cash playing at the bag, trying to hold Sal close. Pitch is lifted in the air to center field. Northrup to his left. He's there. Makes the catch. So Tennis flies to center. That's all for the A's in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man left on, and after 5.5 innings, it's still Oakland 2, Detroit 1. Manager Dick Williams brings in a new pitcher, Vida Blue, to take over for Blue Moon Odom. And before the Tigers come to bat in the bottom half of the 6th inning, let's pause for station identification. This is a Detroit Tiger Baseball Minute.
WJR, Detroit.
Be your own furniture comparison shopper. Compare Art Band's prices, name brands, and immediate free delivery anywhere. You'll discover a simple truth. There's no comparison. Vida Blue comes in, and you know the great speed that Blue has. He takes over Blue Moon Odom. Odom worked the first 5, gets up 1 run, allows 2 hits, walks 2, strikes out 3, and Blue Moon Odom departs, gives way to Vida Blue. Al Kaline will be the first to face Vida. Fastball, a dribbler hit to the shortstop. Maxwell has it, throws to first in time. Kaline on 1 pitch is out, short to first. For Vida Blue, this is his 4th appearance in this series. He's worked 1 1/3 innings. Make it now, since Kaline is out, 1 2/3 innings. And given up 1 hit in that time. And that was a double by Tony Taylor. Here's Duke Sims. Duke has walked and struck out. Vida into the motion. The pitch, strike call, a fastball. Belt high. Even in this cool weather, he can still pop that catcher's mitt. Vida Blue with that good fastball. On deck, Bill Freehan. Tigers trail 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Curveball bounced down to Epstein on 2 hops at first. Behind the bag, has it, steps in the bag, and that's all for Sims. First baseman unassisted. So manager Dick Williams, figuring that Vida Blue can do the trick now for the rest of the way in. Had a pretty good fastball pitcher in there, Odom, with good speed. Now throws it into high gear with Vida Blue. Here's Freehan, 0 for 2. Bounced to short, grounded to second. The pitch to Bill. Check swing and a fly ball to left center field. Rudy will have to hurry. He's there, and he makes the catch, moving in and to his left. So Freehan is out to the left fielder, and the Tigers in the 6th inning go down 1-2-3. After 6 full innings of play, it's still the Athletics 2, the Tigers 1. After 6 innings of play, Oakland 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 5 left on base. The Tigers 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on the base. We go to the top of the 7th inning. And my pleasure to call the microphone again. A gentleman I've enjoyed doing a broadcast with for the past 6 seasons. And to go to the top of the 7th, Ernie Harwell, bring some luck.
All right, Raymond, and thanks very much. It's been a pleasure. Been a great year. Let's see if we can end it on a big note. Here's a pitch. It's a bounding ball off the bat of Green to shortstop. McAuliffe has it. Throw to first. He got him by about 4 steps. 1 pitch and 1 away in the Oakland 7th inning. That's 0 for 3 for Green, and now Vida Blue will come to bat for the first time after replacing Blue Moon Odom on the mound. Vida's worked 1 inning. Well, it's settled down to a duel now between Fryman and the Oakland pitchers. First Odom and then Blue. Tigers got a run in the first inning. A single by McAuliffe. Walk to Sims, a pass ball, and a bounce out by Freehan. That's their only score. And the A's tied it with 1 in the second, went ahead with 1 in the 4th inning. Blue, left-hand batter waiting, and the pitch is bunted. It'll be a foul back toward the seats. And out of play, strike 1. Oakland scored in the 2nd inning on a double steal with Jackson, the front man, coming across, injuring himself and having to be taken out of the ball game. They scored again in the 4th when Hendrick, Jackson's replacement, safe on an error, sacrificed his second, came home on a single by Tennis. Here's a ball low to Vida Blue, the count even 1-1. So Mr. Tennis, who dropped the ball on an important play yesterday, has driven in the lead run today. Here's a strike called. He took a fastball in the inside corner. 1-2 the count on Vida. Woody Fryman has pitched a strong game. His teammates have not given him much batting support. The A's have 2 runs and 3 hits. The Tigers have 1 run and 2 hits. And the pitch. Vida bunts the ball. It's played down toward third. Picked up by Freehan. He fires to Cash. In time. Got him. Good bunt, but a good play by Freehan. Nabs him at first base. 2 away. It'll be Matty Allou's turn at bat. Matty has bounced to short, been hit by a pitch, and sacrificed third to first. Only 5 hits in the game by the combined 2 teams. 3 for the A's, 2 for the Tigers. Left-handed batting Alou takes a curve outside, ball 1 for Woody Fryman. Maxwell waiting on deck. A's 2, Tigers 1, 7th inning. 2 out, nobody on for Oakland. Here's a ball low. He checked his swing in time. 2-0 the count on Matty. Rodriguez in close at third base. The other infielders are back. Fryman ready to go to work now. The windup by the big left-hander. He pitches. It's a strike call. That time he got a fastball in above the knees. Cool and breezy at Tiger Stadium. 50 degrees when the game got underway. The wind coming out of the north, blowing from the left field in toward the plate. Well, it's shifted around a little bit. Seems to be blowing a little bit more out toward right. A little more from the west now. Here's the motion in the 2-1 delivery. Alou takes a strike in above the knees. Same spot as the last one. 2-2. What a crafty job of pitching Woody Fryman's done. He's moved that ball in and out, up and down. Tried to hit the corners. Now Lou waits on a 2-2 delivery. Matty swings. There's a hit to left center field. Sims goes over to field the ball, and Lou makes a turn, starts to second. Sims fumbles the ball, throw to second. He is safe. Sims had a moment's hesitation, then had trouble picking up the ball. And Alou gets into second with 2 out. We'll wait for the scorer's decision on that one. It'll be a single and an error. A single for Lou, an error charged to Duke Sims, the left fielder. That is the second Tiger error. And the batter will be Maxwell. A right-hand batting shortstop who has fly to left, fly to center, fly to right. And fouled out the first base. He's 0 for 3. The hit by Alou is number 4 for the Oakland team today. They lead the Tigers 2-1 of the 7th inning. Joe Rudy waiting on deck. Outfield shallow and straight away on Maxwell, who spreads out at the plate. Lean, the right-handed batter, waiting on Woody Fryman. He cuts a bounding ball at the McAuliffe's glove side. He has it. Here's the throw to Cash. In time, the side retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left, and we go to the last half of the 7th inning. A's 2, the Tigers 1.
Well, we had a chance to meet before the ball game. Mr. Dick Hobson, a school teacher from Flint, who brought Pam and Cliff, these youngsters, down here. They were riding down the street, and they saw Billy Martin behind them. They held up a ticket that said, "Go Tigers," and on a sign that said, "Go Tigers," and on the back said, "We need 2 tickets." Oh, Billy pulled up aside and said, "Follow me, I'll see what I can do." And he delivered them a couple of tickets to the ball game. Well, the Tigers trail by a run now, going to the 7th inning. The A's 2, Detroit 1. Storm and Norman Cash against Vida Blue, as this season is coming into a roaring climax in 1972. Cash takes a strike. Vida got a fastball in the letters. Cash, against the starter Odom, has gone 0 for 2. He's flied to right and bounced to second base. The A's lead at 2-1, the last half of the 7th inning at Tiger Stadium. Cash takes a strike, a fastball across, 2 quick ones. Odom sets the side down 1-2-3 when he came in the 6th inning. Blue, relieving Odom in the 6th inning, set him down 1-2-3. Odom went 5 and gave up 1 run and 2 hits. Cash looks at the ball. It's outside from Vida Blue. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 Tiger hits. A single by McAuliffe and a single by Northrop. McAuliffe led off the 1st inning with a single. Northrop led off the 2nd inning with a single. Northrop on deck right now. The 1-2 pitch. Cash swings and fouls it away to the screen. Still alive with a 1-2 count on him. Tigers have not had a hit since that leadoff single in the 2nd by Northrop. They've had 1 walk since then, a 2-out walk to Jim. Now Cash waiting on a 1-2 serve by Vida Blue. Takes a fastball high. 2-2 on the Stormer. Nobody on, nobody out. The last half of the 7th inning, the Tigers are trailing. Oakland 2, Detroit 1. The pitch, swing, and a foul that hits umpire Shylock on the mask. 2-2, the count on Cash. Hiller and Selbach heating up in the Tiger bullpen. Tigers might get down to a pinch hitting situation with the pitcher Fryman in this inning if they can get a couple of men on. Now Cash digging in. Vida Blue delivers the 2-2 pitch. He swings and strikes out. Got him on a fastball. He tipped it to the mitt of tennis. 1 up and 1 away. That is the first strikeout for Blue. The paid attendance has just been announced here, 50,276, about as many as they could get in. Here's Northrop. He's had a single and a walk. Been on base each time he's batted. First time he's faced the left-hander Vida Blue. Vida delivers. Here's a cut and a miss by Jim. Big left-hander from Louisiana, Vida Blue. Cy Young Award winner of last year. Trying to protect the 1-run lead for the A's here in the 7th inning. Oakland 2, Tigers 1. Fastball high to Northrop. 1-1 the count on Jim. Tony Taylor waiting on deck. Moving into the late stages of this battle now. The 1-1 pitch. Northrop takes the ball low. 2-1 the count on him. The 3-game total here in Detroit in paid attendance, 129,047. 2-1 the count on Northrop. 1 out, nobody on in the 7th. The windup by Blue. The pitch. Northrop swings the bounding ball deep second. Glove there by Green. Throw to first. He pulls him off the bag. Safe at first is Northrop. Green made a good grab of the ball. His throw was high to Epstein. And Northrop is safe at first base.
The batter will be Tony Taylor with a man on and the man out. That will be a hit for Northrop. His second hit and the third for the Tigers. Well, the Tigers now with a man on. Jim Northrop, he represents the tying run of the game. 2-1, Oakland in the lead. Seventh inning. One man down, Tom Haller, first base coach, checking with Northrop. Now we got some stirring in the Oakland bullpen. Fingers gets up again. And Hamilton, the left-hander, starts to throw. Taylor swings and misses on a fastball from Vida Blue. Strike one on Tony. It's Kenny Holtzman in the bullpen. Holtzman and Fingers working in the Oakland bullpen now. Now Blue delivers. It's a strike called on Tony. Letter high fastball. Strike two, the count on him. Billy Martin yelling out to umpire Shalak from the corner of the dugout. Northrop, the man at first, trying to edge off a little bit. Mike Epstein holding on the bag with him. 2-1, the A's lead the Tigers in the seventh. There's a toss by Vida Blue to Epstein, and Northrop back in time. 2 hits off Odom, 1 hit off Blue so far. Woody Fryman has allowed the Oakland team 4 hits. Now the set, strike 2 pitch coming up to Tony. He swings and fouls it upstairs. Still a strike 2 count on Tony Taylor. He'll be followed by Aurelio Rodriguez, and then the pitcher Fryman scheduled to bat after Rodriguez. Tigers got a run in the first. The A's tied it with 1 in the second. And the A's broke the tie with 1 in the fourth. There's been no scoring since then. 2-1 Oakland leads. You can hear the crowd in the background. Now time called. Northrop wants to check something with Haller, the first base coach. Frank Howard started coaching at first base. He was ejected from the game in the 4th inning by Johnny Rice. Strike 2, the count on Tony Taylor. Here it comes. He takes the ball outside. Fastball from Vida Blue. What a season this has been, going right down to the final game, a 1-run difference in the 7th inning. A's lead the Tigers 2-1. The 1-2 pitch to Taylor. He swings and fouls it away. That ball down to the dirt back of the plate. Infield halfway up on Tony. Bando moved back now at 2 strikes on him. And Epstein is holding on the bag with a runner at first base, Jim Northrop. Now the set by the left-hander, Vida Blue. He pitches. Tony Taylor swings a bounding ball to first. It's foul. Past Epstein, a foul ball. He dived for it. It got past his glove and rolled into the Oakland bullpen. That was sort of a skidding drive that Tony hit late, and it was fouled by a couple of feet. So take a deep breath and hang on. 2-1, the A's lead. Taylor out of the batter's box. You can hear the crowd in the background. Vida Blue checks his sign with Gene Tennis as catcher. Northrop leads off the bag at first base. The pitch. Taylor swings a high foul out of play. He's hanging in there against this fireballer. Tony swinging late on the fastball, but getting a piece of it. Vida heaves the big sigh. He picks up his sign from Tennis. Taylor waiting at the plate on the 1-2 delivery. Here it comes. He swings and fouls it upstairs. Still a 1-2 count on him. Well, Vida's trying to get that fastball by for strike 3. Tony's trying to time it, and he's spoiling it, but he's not getting all of it. A's lead 2-1 in the seventh. Man on first is Northrop. There's one out for the Tigers. Tony Taylor waiting again on another 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. He takes the ball high. 2-2 on Tony the Tiger. Set by Vida Blue, the left-handed deal. Tony swings and fouls it out of play again. Upstairs to the right of the plate. Taylor testing his bat handle now. He may have chipped the handle of that bat. Now Barkley, the Tiger bat boy, brings him a new stick. Ken Holtzman and Rolly Fingers, left-handed, right-handed, throwing in the bullpen for Oakland. The Tigers still have Hiller, their left-hander, and their right-hander Selbach working in their bullpen. 2-1, the A's lead, seventh inning. They've got Northrop at first, the Tigers do. One man out and a 2-2 count on Tony Taylor. Now Vida Blue straddles the slab for a moment, steps off, and wants to check a sign with tennis. Now the young left-hander into the set again. And he pitches. Taylor backs away inside for ball three. Full count on Tony Taylor. The count on Tony. Man on first, Northrop, one away. He's edging off a little bit now. Epstein holding on the bag with him. Was set by Vida Blue. The pitch. Tony swings and misses. He struck him out. He gave him a battle, but Vida Blue finally got him on strikes. It's the second strikeout by Vida, both in this inning. 2 down, 1 on. The batter will be Aurelio Rodriguez. Aurelio is fly to right and bounced to shortstop. Since the 2 fly balls in right field in the second inning off the bats of Rodriguez and Fryman, the Tigers mostly hitting the ball on the ground. They had a foul fly from Kaline to Rudy in the third, and everything else hit on the ground until the sixth inning when Freehand hit a short fly ball to Rudy. Other than that, the Tigers not getting the ball out of the infield. Mr. Williams, the manager, comes out to talk to Odom, to Vida Blue. Now that conference is over. Vida ready to go to work again. 2-1, the A's lead the Tigers. Blue up on the mound, ready to pitch to Aurelio. Northrop still at first base. He had a one-out single. Now the set by the Oakland left-hander. The pitch is cut on and missed. Strike one on Rodriguez. Took a big riffle of that one. On the next pitch, here it comes. He takes a curve outside. A 1-1 on Rodriguez. Now the Tigers trying to get Northrop along. He's at first base, representing the tying run here in the seventh inning of this ball game. 2 out. The outfield is straight up on Rodriguez. He steps out of them, getting ready to get back in to face Vida Blue. Now Vida to the set position. Aurelio waiting. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it to the mid of tennis. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Woody Fryman waiting on deck, but Billy Martin has his bullpen busy. Hiller and Selbach heating up. Vida takes his time. Rodriguez steps out. He's taking his time, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Aurelio. Crowd yelling for a hit now. Here's the set by Vida. He pitches. Aurelio swings and misses. He struck out the side. A single by Northrop, and that's all. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And we go to the 8th inning at Tiger Stadium. The A's 2, Detroit 1. Well, here come the A's to bat now. The 8th inning. They've got the lead over the Tigers 2-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Joe Rudy will lead off against Woody Fryman. We just had a call from Shea Tarrant, who's the organist at the Big A in Anaheim. He plays out there at the ball games. He's the counterpart out there of Dan Greer, organist here at Tiger Stadium. And Shea and his partner Axel Johnson appearing here tomorrow night at the Masonic Temple in concert. They're down in Toledo tonight, tuned in and rooting for the Tigers. Well, Woody's going to take a little extra toss now as Rudy gets ready to lead off against him. Then it'll be Hendrick, followed by Bando. The Tigers scored in the first inning as McAuliffe led off with a single, took second on Sims's walk, went to third on a pass ball, and came home on Freehand's ground out. That's the only run they've had. Jackson stole home on the front end of a double steal in the second inning to tie the game 1-1. And then in the fourth, Oakland got the tiebreaker. Hendrick safe on an error by McAuliffe on a disputed play at first base. He was sacrificed to second by Bando and came home on a single by Tennis. And that's the story of the game so far. 2-1, Oakland in the lead in the 8th, and Rudy the batter. Joe Rudy is struck out, fly to right and fly to center so far. He's 0 for 3 against the veteran left-hander Woody Fryman. Woody kicks and delivers, and Joe Rudy takes the ball in too close. It was a breaking pitch got by Freehand, ball 1. Crowd very quiet right now. They did a lot of yelling when the Tigers got Northrop at first base in the 7th inning. They couldn't move him along. It is still 2-1. The A's in the lead in the 8th. Now Woody into action again, and Joe Rudy swings a bounding ball at the second. Tony Taylor charges, has a hop, throw to Cash, got him, and there's 1 up and 1 away. Well, here is Hendrick, who scored the tie-breaking run after getting on the error by McAuliffe in the 4th inning. Well, then the next time to bat, he flied to right fielder Kaline. He replaced Jackson, who had scored the first run on the front end of a double steal back of the 2nd inning. But Jackson was hurt, pulled a hamstring muscle, and had to be taken from the game. Right-hand batting, George Hendrick at the plate, 1 out. And George swings a tapper hit over the mound, charged by Taylor. He has it, throw to Cash, got him by a step and a half. And there are 2 up and 2 down in the Oakland 8th inning. Now let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
WJR, Detroit.
No commercial on this one, eh? Bando will be the batter against Tiger left-hander Woody Fryman. Bando with a fly to right, a sacrifice. It set up the scoring of the tie-breaking run, but also a single. 1 for 2 for Sal. Right-hand batter cuts. Is a fly ball lifted into right center. Kaline going back and over. He's there. Puts it away. The side retired. 1, 2, 3. We go to the last half of the 8th inning. It is Oakland 2, Detroit 1. Well, on a cool and breezy day in Detroit, Oakland leading the Tigers 2-1. And Willie Horton coming up to bat now for Woody Fryman. Fryman, who pitched a very strong game, gave up 2 runs and 4 hits. But his teammates didn't give him any batting support, and he now is removed for the pinch hitter, Willie Horton. Vida Blue, the left-hander on the mound. Willie Horton at bat. 2-1 the A's lead, beginning the last half of the 8th inning. The pitch, he takes the fastball outside. The ball 1 to count on Will. Horton has been to bat 9 times in this playoff series and does not have a hit. He'll be followed by McAuliffe, and then it'll be Kaline here in the 8th inning. Tigers trail by 1, 2-1 behind Oakland. Vida Blue winds, delivers. Willie swings as a line drive to right field for a hit. Alou fields the ball to his left, and Willie Horton leads off the 8th inning with a single. That is the 4th hit for the Tigers. They've all been singles. 3 of them have been from leadoff batters. Now Dick McAuliffe ready to step in. Time called at the mound. Epstein goes over to talk to Vida Blue, the left-hander. Horton coming off the bases. We'll have a runner for him. Johnny Knox will run for Willie Horton. Dick McAuliffe will be the batter against Vida Blue. Bando in close at third base. Epstein holding on the bag with Johnny Knox, the runner. Vida sets. McAuliffe squares, bunts the ball. Back to Blue. He fields it. Throw to second. They get the front man for the out. It's a force out. Maxwell covering the bag, took the throw from the pitcher, Vida Blue, for the force out on John Knox. That means 1 on and 1 out, and the batter, Al Kaline. McAuliffe represents a tying run at first base here in the 8th inning. Oakland leads the Tigers 2-1. Kaline is struck out. Foul to Rudy on a fly ball to left. Bounce to shortstop. Vida Blue delivers. Al swings and fouls it off the mask of the catcher, Tennis. Strike 1, the count on Kaline. Waiting on deck is Duke Sims. Holtzman and Fingers working again in the bullpen for the A's. Blue ready to go to work. The left-hander goes to his set position. Kaline waits. Strike 1 pitch. He takes the ball outside. 1-1 on Al. Dick McAuliffe safe at first on the force out. 1 man down in the 8th inning. The A's hold the margin 2-1 over the Tigers. Now Kaline digging in to wait on the 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. He swings as a foul fly to right. On a check swing, he was trying to push the ball to right field and he hit it down in the corner. Foul ball for strike 2. Now Al stepping out of the batter's box and ready to get back in. A's 2, Tigers 1, 8th inning. Crowd yelling for runs. Here's a set. Here's a pitch. He swings as a high fly ball, foul. Back at third base. Bando is back there. Maxwell is there. Bando makes the catch. Kaline's out on a foul fly to Bando back at third. 2 out. Man on first base. 8th inning. 2-1 the A's lead, and Duke Sims will be the batter. Sims has walked, struck out, and bounced to the first baseman, Epstein. Well, the Tigers trying to get even to go ahead here in the 8th inning. They trail by 1-run margin. Now the Duke very carefully wiping off his glasses. Hendrick wrapped up in some toilet tissue out there. He's got to pick up that paper, and the ground crew is going to help him get rid of it. So Sims will be the batter now with 2 out and McAuliffe at first base. That gives Vida Blue a little time to loosen up here. So we've had a delay in the game. Now Williams is coming out of the dugout. Dick Williams, the manager of Oakland. And I think he's headed over to Johnny Rice at first base. The umpire station there. Probably Williams is saying, well, you're delaying the game now. My pitcher might get a little cooled off. Oh, anyway, John's talking to him. And Vida Blue throwing a few tosses to his catcher, Tennis. And you can hear the crowd yelling for the Duke. Duke Sims ready to step in. A's 2, the Tigers 1. We're in the 8th inning. McAuliffe at first base, and Epstein will hold on the bag with him. Here's Sims digging in now. 2 men out. Bando even with the bag at third. The pitch to Duke, swing, and a miss on a fastball in close. Strike 1. After Sims, it'll be Freehand. Sims, who's delivered some key hits since he joined the Tigers in the regular season and in the playoffs. Now the pitch. He takes the ball high. 1-1 on the Duke. Man on first is McAuliffe. They're 2 away. Each club with 4 hits, with the A's lead by a run, 2-1. Well, it's been a tight duel all the way here in Detroit. Now the set, the pitch by Blue. He takes the ball outside. The Blue tried for the outside corner, didn't hit it. 2-1 the count on Duke Sims. Vida to his set position on the mound. Delivers. Sims swings as a pop-up back at short. Maxwell has an easy chance. He's under it. Makes the catch and the side retired. The Tigers in the 8th. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 man left. We go to the 9th inning in Detroit. The A's 2, the Tigers 1. New Tiger pitcher going into the 9th inning will be the left-hander John Hiller. John taking over now to pitch to Mike Epstein. Woody Fryman pitched a very strong game, but has to leave for the pinch hitter, as the Tigers couldn't get any runs for Woody. He went 8 innings, allowed 2 runs and 4 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 3. John Hiller takes over on the mound. And Epstein will be the first man to face him. After Epstein, it'll be Tennis, and he'll be followed by Green. Two to one, the A's lead. It's the 9th inning. Epstein been hit by pitch. He struck out and fly to right. That's his batting record against the starting pitcher, Woody Fryman. Odom started for Oakland. Blue relieved him in the 6th. There's a curve high to Mike. Ball 1 on Epstein. Tennis waiting on deck. Cool and breezy in Detroit. Epstein, left-handed batter, digging in against the left-handed Hiller. Here's the pitch. He takes the ball low. 2-0 the count on Mike. Hiller checking his sign with Freehand. Here's a strike called. He took a fastball in the inside corner. 2-1 on Epstein. A's 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Tigers 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors. All the scoring coming early in the game. Epstein swings as a looping drive to center. Northrop digging hard. When he get there, he makes the catch. Short fly to center, picked off by Northrop, retiring Epstein. And the batter will be Tennis, who has struck out, single, and fly to center. It was Tennis's single in the 4th inning that drove in the tie-breaking run, scoring Hendrick from second base. Outfield straight away on the right-hand batting catcher, Gene Tennis. 1 out in the 9th inning. The pitch is a ball in too close. Hiller curved him. Ball 1 the count. A's 2, Tigers 1 in the 9th. Green waiting on deck. Sherman and Selbach in the Tiger bullpen. Fastball low from Hiller, 2-0. Now Tennis digging in again. He chokes that bat just slightly. 1 out and nobody on in the Oakland 9th inning. Slow curve finds the mark for a strike. Took his stride and then the ball floated over for a strike call. 2-1 the count on Tennis. Hiller trying to hold him off and give the Tiger batters a shot at Oakland in the 9th inning. There's a ball outside from John. 3-1 now on the catcher. A's 2, Tigers 1. It's the 9th inning in Detroit. Now the motion and the 3-1 delivery. Swing and a foul. That one came back and hit freehand. 3-2 the count on Tennis. Tigers scored their run in the 1st inning on a single by McAuliffe, a walk to Sims, a pass ball, and a bounce out by Freehand. Oakland scored on a double steal with Jackson scoring in the 2nd. They scored that run in the 2nd without the benefit of a hit. Then in the 4th, an error by McAuliffe, a sacrifice by Bando, and a single by Tennis got the lead run home. Now the 3-2 pitch coming up to Gene Tennis. He takes a walk, ball 4. In close on him. And that puts the man on with the man out, and will bring to bat Dick Green. So Hiller walks the man. He retired the first man he faced. Walks the next one. And Green gets a little consultation with the 3rd base coach, Herb Noren. Vida Blue comes to the on-deck circle. Dick Green, right-handed batting second baseman up now. Tennis leading off at first. Green swings and fouls one up this way. It'll be out of play in the upper deck. 1 strike, the count on him. It's a very quiet and silent crowd here right now. The A's holding that 1-run margin, 2-1 in the 9th inning. Tennis edging off the bag at first base. Hiller checks his sign with Bill Freehand. The strike 1 pitch is due. Nope, he's going to throw to first. Gets back in time. Tennis is back safely. Tigers still keeping Selbach and Sherman throwing in their bullpen. So Green has stepped away and now back into the batter's box. Hiller to the set position and pitches. Here's a foul back of the plate in the dirt. Strike 2, the count on Green. Neither one of the starting pitchers is still around. Fryman started for the Tigers. Hiller relieved him in the 9th inning. Odom began on the mound for the A's, and Blue took his place to the 6th inning. Strike 2, the count on Green. A piece of paper down on the first base foul line. Just Chalak picks it up. Missed on the first pickup, but he got the second one. Strike 2. That's the count on Green. Now the set by the left-hander Hiller. Here's the pitch. He swings a line drive, gloved on one hop by Rodriguez. Throw to Taylor, 1. Throw to Cash, double play. And what a double play by Rodriguez. He not only took a base hit away from Green, he turned it into a double play. And the side retired in the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the last half of the ninth. The A's 2, the Tigers 1. Well, this is it. The final 3 outs in the 1972 season, unless the Tigers can tie it. 2, the Tigers 1. Last half the ninth inning. Freehan, Cash, and Northrup are the first 3 scheduled Tiger batters against the hard-throwing left-hander Vida Blue. You can hear this capacity crowd here at Tiger Stadium. Sorting their heroes on now. Freehan steps in. Bounce to short. Bounce to second. Fly to left. Vida Blue, the left-hander, delivers, and Bill takes a fastball outside. Ball 1, the last half of the ninth inning on the way. Time called in right field. Some firecrackers exploding out there. I don't think too near the right field of Matty Alou, but in that general area. Big crowd yelling, "We want to hit," as Freehan steps back in. The 1-0 pitch to Bill. He takes a strike. 1-1 the count. Vida Blue into action, delivers. Freehan swings as a pop foul may be in play. Epstein and Tennis coming near the seats. Epstein there makes the catch in front of the dugout. And there's 1 down in the Tiger ninth inning. So now it's Stormer Norman Cash coming to bat against Vida Blue. Cash is fly to right, bounced to second, and struck out. Only time against Vida he struck out. 2-1, the A's lead the Tigers in the final game of the playoff series. No scoring since the 4th inning. Mickey Stanley's come to the on-deck circle. Northrup due up next. So here's Cash waiting on the left-hander. He swings and taps the foul. Out of play. Back of the plate. Strike 1, the count on Norman. One out, nobody on with the Tigers in the ninth inning. They trail by 1, 2-1. Cash takes the ball outside. Breaking pitch, right of the plate. 1-1 the count on Norm. Vida into action, delivers. Here's a foul out of play. Back of the plate. Swinging late on the fastball. He didn't get around on that one. 1-2 the count on Norm. Well, since Blue came in, he's allowed 2 hits, a single by Northrup, and a single by Willie Horton. Tigers got 2 hits off the starter, Blue Moon Odom. A's lead 2-1. Ninth inning. Ball 1, 2 strikes on Cash. He steps away from the plate for a moment. Now, the windup by Blue. The pitch is a ball outside. 2-2 the count on Cash. One out. Base is empty. Norman digging in, waiting. Vida takes his time. Now kicks and deals. Here's a base hit to center field. A line single to center by Cash. He's the tying run if the Tigers can push him home. A man on first and 1 man out, and Stanley will come up now to bat for Jim Northrup. Well, the Tigers taking it right down to the end here. They've got a man on and the man out of the ninth inning. They trail by a run, 2-1, and some toilet tissue thrown on the field. It'll have to be picked up by the ground crew, so that will delay the activities here for a while. Stanley coming up. It's been about 5 times in this series and had 2 hits. Well, the paper now being removed from the field. Most of it over there on the warning track in center and right center. And it's Mickey Stanley's turn at bat. Oh, Mickey goes back to the on-deck circle, talks to Tony Taylor for a moment. You can hear the crowd in the background. Joe Niekro is coming out to first base. He'll run for cash. Niekro, the man at first base now, he represents the tying run. Now some debris thrown on the field, and the activities have to be stopped again. Well, now we're about ready for action again. Mickey Stanley stepping in, a man out of the man on. That's Niekro at first base. Vida Blue, the left-hander, ready to face Mickey. We come right down to the climax of this season, 1972. Set the pitch. Stanley takes the fastball high. Ball one. Epstein holding on the bag with Niekro, the pinch runner for cash. Tigers trail Oakland by a run. Ninth inning, 2-1. Blue delivers. Here's a bounding ball to short. Maxwell has it. Throw to second. One. Relay to first. It is not in time. The game is still alive. They missed the double play. Epstein is charging the umpire. Rice, he thought he had the double play to end the season. Dick Williams coming out to try to calm down his first baseman. It is a force out at second base. Maxwell to Green, the relay to Epstein, not in time to nip Stanley for the double play, and the game and the season are still alive. Well, now Tony Taylor's the next scheduled batter. It was close at first base. Johnny Rice went palms down, indicating safe. Stanley representing the tying run, 2 out in the ninth inning, and Tony Taylor will be the batter. Well, there goes a youngster on the field. They'll have to get him off. Dick Williams coming out to yell at the umpires again, and the police will accost this man. Tony Taylor will be the batter. Now another spectator on the field, and he'll have to be removed. Williams coming out and signaling to Vida. I think he wants him to go ahead and pitch. A's lead the Tigers 2-1 in the ninth inning. Tigers have 1 out left in this season, and it's up to Tony Taylor against Vida Blue. Well, Tony about ready to step in. Taylor has struck out twice. The middle time at bat, he bounced to third. Mickey Stanley, the runner at first base. He batted for Northrop and hit into a force. So it's now all between Vida Blue and Tony Taylor. Here's a set by the left-hander. The pitch, he takes the ball outside. Ball one on Tony. Here's a tap foul out of the net of tennis. 1-1 the count on Tony Taylor. Two out, ninth inning. Stanley at first base. Tony waiting. He takes the fastball outside and high. 2-1 from Vida Blue. A's 2, Tigers 1 in the ninth. Tigers need to get Stanley home to get this game deadlocked. Now Vida sets and pitches. Taylor fouls it away to the screen. 2-2 the count on him. Outfield slightly around the right on Tony. He's the big man in the ball game right now. Just as big as Vida Blue, the left-hand pitcher. Now the set by Vida, the pitch. Swing and a foul out of play. Upstairs, it still goes on. 2-2 the count on Tony. Vida takes his time, keeps looking into the dugout. All the A's right up on top of the dugout, so are the Tigers. Stanley at first base, not getting much of a lead right now. Tony digging in to wait on a 2-2 delivery from Vida Blue. Here it is. He swings as a fly ball to center. Should end the game. Hendrick is there, makes the catch, and the A's win the pennant. In the ninth inning, no runs, one hit, no errors, and one left. And the final score, the A's 2, the Tigers 1.
You'll find even more than you're looking for when you travel the Yellow Pages road.
If you're in business, you know attracting customers is a must. So, advertise in the Yellow Pages. 94% of everybody uses their Yellow Pages. It's the best way to reach the most customers. Besides your name, address, and phone number, you can use Yellow Pages display ads to feature important buyer information, like which brand name products you sell and service, what days and hours you're open, whether or not you deliver, and which credit cards you honor. With a display ad in the Yellow Pages, your business is right at your customers' fingertips every day, 365 days a year. Contact your Yellow Pages representative. He's listed under Advertising, Directory, and Guide in your Yellow Pages.
You'll find even more than you're looking for when you travel the Yellow Pages road.
The Oakland Athletics are the American League champions of the 1972 season and move into the World Series against the Cincinnati Reds as the A's knock off the Tigers this afternoon 2-1. And so the Tigers' bid to move into the World Series fails in the fifth and final game of this best-of-5 championship series between the Eastern Division title winners, the Tigers, and the best in the West, the Oakland Athletics. The Tigers got off to a 1-0 start this afternoon when they picked up their lone run in the first inning on a single by McCullough. With one out, Duke Sims drew a walk, and then a pass ball allowed McCullough to get to third base. And when Freehand bounced out to short, McCullough scored from third base, and the Tigers led 1-0. However, in the second inning, Reggie Jackson drew a walk. He stole second, moved to third on a fly to right field, and after Epstein was hit by a pitch, Epstein and Jackson worked the double steal, and when the throw went down to second base, trying to get Epstein, Jackson scored from third to tie the ball game at 1-1. The A's went out in front with their decisive run in the fourth inning, with Henrik his first time up with a bouncer to short. McCullough got the ball, fired to first, but his throw pulled Cash off the bag. Mack charged with an error, and Henrik was safe at first. Bando laid down the sacrifice bunt, Henrik moving to second. After Epstein had struck out, Tennis, with his only hit of the series, came through with a line drive single to left field that scored Henrik with a go-ahead run, and it turned out to be the winning run. Oakland 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 6 left on base, the Tigers. 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors, 6 men left on base. And we'll check the pitching performances right after this message.
This is J.P. McCarthy, and there used to be a time when I felt kind of in control of the morning around here. Then, Billy Martin showed up. What about Tom Haller?
Well, what about him?
Yeah, he hasn't seen much action lately.
Oh, I couldn't play so many guys.
Okay, don't get mad.
I'm not.
Just asking.
Just tell you like it is.
Then I got a call from a disgruntled candidate for King of the Hobos.
I've been campaigning for the office of king, but I have been unsuccessful because they have a tendency to put in the same fellas every 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th.
But listen, it's educational. The show's a great place to learn a foreign language.
Yes, Papudini sneaky.
And in this election year, don't forget to vote.
Harold Stassen, Harold Stassen, Harold Stassen, Harold Stassen, Harold Stassen, oh yeah!
Oh, and don't forget to listen from 6:15 to 9 on WJR 760.
In the pitching department today, the A's using a pair of pitchers. The Tigers also going with 2. It was Odom and Fryman making the start. And Odom working the first 5 innings. Gave up 1 run, allowed 2 hits. Walked 2 and struck out 3. Vida Blue came along in the 6th inning to work 4 innings. Gave up no runs, allowed 3 hits. Walked none and struck out 3. Odom gets credit for the victory, with Vida Blue getting credit for a save. The Tigers started with Woody Fryman. Woody worked 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, allowed 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. Hiller in the 9th, working 1 full inning, did not give up a run or a hit, walked 1 and struck out none. And the loss goes to Woody Fryman. More on today's ball game and what's ahead right after this message.
He had to do a tough job. It was a very tough situation. He came in here 2 ahead and lost 2. The pressure really had to swing around to your ball club. They could have been down after yesterday's game. You guys came back.
Sandy, they're just, they've been doing this all year long. We fell out of first place as far as 2 games back. They bounced back. They never have quit. We lost a tough one yesterday. We came back today in high spirits, and we won this. I, myself, we all won it as a group. Before my son Rick, my daughter Kathy, and my other son Mark, and our babysitter at home, Mrs. Southard. My wife here is with me here.
Well, I'll tell you, up until today's game, it was a team effort. But today, you didn't make the moves that you've been making in the previous games of the playoff. Is the reason possibly yesterday's game you decided to go with a set lineup a little bit more?
No, sir. We were going to Jackson being hurt on that double steal in the 2nd inning. That caused us to do a little thinking and save our reserve. Shermack, he came up twice, had a chance to drive in a run, but so did Greeny. But they are he's my regular second baseman, and Max has played shortstop, as you well know, for many, many years on winners, and he's with another winner now.
Well, I know that makes him happy, and I know it makes you happy, and we look forward to seeing you in Cincinnati.
Okay, Sandy.
Before you go, Sandy, I would like to say a little thing. I'd like to say hello to my mother back in Macon, Georgia, and especially to my sisters that is in the hospital, just had an operation, and I hope she gets well real soon.
Great. Good luck to you both again. Let's go back upstairs to Jim. All right, Sandy, the Oakland Athletics, by a score of 2-1, have won the American League Championship, and the Tiger Stadium, which was just wildest moments ago, is calming down. As I said, that the firecrackers go off.
The throw, but there's no play. Jackson moves on to third base. Now, Mike Epstein, a high hard one inside, hit by the pitch on the right thumb. Runners at first and third, and nobody out. After Gene Tennis went down on strikes, they pulled the double steal. Freehand to Taylor, back to the plate to Freehand. A close play, watch it. Jackson slamming into Bill as Bill tried to block the plate. Jackson scored the tying run. He was injured on the play and had to leave the ball game. We'll have more excitement of today's countdown show and the Oakland victory coming up.
That was exciting. I thought it was shit.
My lights. We'll be right back.
In his ding dong.
Oh, die hard.
I adored Harwell. I really did. I thought at the time I wouldn't. What's that camera?
This camera comes with all the gear you see right here.
Dingo boots are available at Sibley's Shoes throughout Michigan and Flint Salary, Flint.
You're looking at the imposters.
You know, they threw some great pitching at us in this series, and boy, you have no idea. Well, I guess you do know what it's like, and we're so happy. You know, we had to go back to the hotel last night, and we got a lot of barbs and a lot of ribs from all the people here in the Detroit area, and we just vowed before the game that it was all up for grabs, and we were going to give it the best we had. And the only reason I want to go out and play a good game is because Holtzman said he was going to buy the bagels tomorrow if we won.
Mike, again, congratulations, and we're looking forward to seeing the World Series. I think it's going to be a great one with two great teams.
Well, I hope so, Sandy. We're looking forward to it, too, and all I can say is it's the biggest thrill of my life, and speaking on behalf of the rest of you guys. Thanks for having me up here.
Thank you for coming. I just want to say that I have already spoken to Reggie Jackson, and he says that he doesn't know if he'll be able to play in the World Series. Right now, looking for somebody else to talk to. Is Gene Tennis around? Well, Jim. Hey, Jim, let's go back upstairs to you. All right, Sandy. You're wearing the raincoat not only because it's cold, but I think you expected what was going to happen. As you look in there, let us very briefly go over what happened in today's ball game, reminding you that the series with Oakland and Cincinnati starts Saturday.
1968 and 19.
Singled and came around to score on an infield out in the first inning, and after a man got as far as third with 2 out in the second, that's as far as Detroit got. In the second inning, a double steal had Reggie Jackson scoring the tying run, but he was injured on the play, and the go-ahead run came in the fourth as George Hendrick reached on a throwing error by McAuliffe, was sacrificed to second, and Gene Tennis, 0 for 15 at the time, singled him home, and that was it. And now let's go back to Sandy.
Thank you, Jim. I had Mr. Finley for a minute, but he's gone now to congratulate his players. I've got Campy Campaneris with me, and Campy, I know that you don't really want to talk about it. It's over. It's done with. You're sorry. You're such a big factor for this ball club. I hope you get a chance to play in the World Series.
Also, Sandy, I'll be so, so excited today. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry what happened on and thank you, for coming here. I don't know what to say.
Campy, I know you're sorry. I know you're sorry. I think everybody connected with baseball is sorry that it happened. Jim, let's go back upstairs.
All right, Sandy, and we'll repeat again, the Oakland Athletics have won their first pennant. They went to Oakland in 1968. Prior to that, back to 1955, they were in Kansas City. And before that in Philadelphia, and you have to stretch way back in your memories or the record books to see that the last time the A's won a pennant was in 1931, their third consecutive in the days of Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Lefty Grove. Many things happened here today. Many heroes throughout the playoff championship. Our congratulations to Billy Martin and the Detroit Tigers, again, with that sensational run and pressure-packed finish in the American League East. Again, to come back as they did in the playoff championships, especially in the 10th inning yesterday when they were down by 2. But today belongs to Oakland. They are the American League champions with the final score in the 5th game. Oakland 2, Detroit 1.
Oakland blows!
This is Jim Simpson, along with Sandy Koufax, saying goodbye from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan.